It's about as bad a performance as I can remember, and that's 100% my fault. You know, obviously you get beat 40-7 against the team that got beat 28-7 last week. You got a lot to work on.
Meanwhile, Hopkinsville hasn't scored a point this year. They were blanked by Ballard 22-0 in the opener, lost to Mayfield last week 36-0. The Cardinal defense held Hoptown to just 19 rushing yards and 89 yards through the air. These are two teams really struggling to move the football, and that usually means special teams will play a big factor. Barnes knows you can't look at Hopkinsville record for one reason. Their uniforms still say Hoptown across the front.
You look at who they play. They play Louisville Ballard, who is top 10, 6A team. They played Mayfield, who is a top 2-3, 2A team. And they played really good people. So, that doesn't say anything about their team. They've got a really good football team. And if we don't improve drastically, it'll be the same result tonight.
Hopkinsville has won the last 4 games in the series, including a 34-14 win at the Stadium of Champions last year. Caldwell's last win over Hoptown came in 2017. You can hear coverage of Caldwell County and Hopkinsville Friday night following your Sports Edge Football Friday on WPKY 103.3 FM and online at WPKYonline.com.
The Christian County Colonels. The Henderson County Colonels.
Like the matchup of the Tigers, it's safe to say the Colonels will win this one when Henderson County and Christian County meet at the Stadium of Champions. Henderson County opened the season with a 61-6 blasting of Callaway County 2 weeks ago. 3 different running backs topped 100 yards, led by Jaheim Williams, who rambled for 142 yards on just 4 touches, reached the end zone 3 times. Jordan Wright had 3 scores and 117 rushing yards as well. Henderson County didn't have to throw much, with 2 quarterbacks combining to go 5 of 8 for 40 yards. Henderson had last week off. They come to the Stadium of Champions tonight. They'll face a Christian County team that's 1-1. After slugging out an 18-9 win over Caldwell in the opener, the Colonels were hammered at Logan County last week 49-6. They gave up 373 yards on the ground. That does not bode well for a Christian County defense that will face another stout run game in Henderson County. Jordan Miles leads the Colonel offense in both passing with 241 yards and 3 touchdowns and rushing at 98 yards. Prince Northington II has 7 catches for 157 yards in 2 games. These teams were scheduled to play last year, but it was a COVID casualty. Henderson County won the last meeting in 2019 by a score of 26-14. Christian County's last win over the Northern Colonels came in 2017 by a score of 20-14.
The Mayfield Cardinals. The Paducah-Tillman Blue Tornado.
This is one of the top rivalries in all of Western Kentucky and the second longest in the state. McWright Field will be rocking as the Blue Tornado and Cardinals meet for what is thought to be the 109th all-time game between the schools in a series that dates back to the early 1900s. It's still called a rivalry, even though Mayfield has won the last 16 games in the series dating back to 2006. That's the longest win streak for either side in the series. In fact, the last game of the series decided by single digits was 9 years ago when Mayfield won 28-21. 2 games during that time have gone to overtime, both won by Mayfield. The Cardinals won last year's game 42-28. As far as this year is concerned, Mayfield hasn't given up a point this year. They shut out Graves County and Hopkinsville by identical 36-0 scores. Last week, the Cardinal defense held Hopkinsville to just 108 total yards and 19 yards on the ground. Jutarius Starks ran for 99 yards and a pair of scores, and the Cardinal defense had 3 takeaways, including a pick 6 by Michael Hughes. Tillman will have to slow down Mayfield quarterback Zane Cartwright, who's thrown for 214 yards and 4 touchdowns. Starks leads the Cardinal ground game with 143 yards and 2 touchdowns on average through 2 games. Tillman has been impressive in their 2-0 start with wins over McCracken County and Graves County, although the Big Blue Machine wasn't exactly fine-tuned last week in a 25-7 win over Graves County. Jack James just 11 of 22 passing for 86 yards. Malachi Ryder and Jordan White each had a pair of touchdowns rushing, but the Tornado defense got 3 takeaways and 2 quarterback sacks from Leighton Davis. Both teams will have to run the football in order to secure a win. Friday night. For Tillman, they'd like to go into their bye week with a win over their non-district rival and snap a long losing streak to the Cardinals.
The Fulton County Pilots. The Callaway County Lakers.
These are a pair of struggling teams looking for their first win of the football season. Fulton County got trucked by Marshall County 54-6 last week. The Pilots had trouble stopping Marshall County on the ground and couldn't establish a run game of their own. Max Gibbs threw for 187 yards and a touchdown, but was picked off twice. For the season, Gibbs has thrown for 380 yards and 3 touchdowns and leads the Pilots in the ground game with 92 yards. His top target has been Charles Goodman, who's caught 6 passes for 154 yards and 2 touchdowns. Callaway County, meanwhile, had -2 rushing yards and a big loss to Murray last week while giving up over 300 on the ground. Quarterback Wyatt Robbins threw for 34 yards and a touchdown. It's obvious both teams will have to do a better job running the football in this one. Callaway County has won the last 10 games in the series, including last year's affair, 42-6.
The Madisonville Maroons. The Crittenden County Rockets.
The Rockets had a mysterious game last week in a 14-7 win over Webster County. They dominated the stat sheet, but neither team scored in the second half. This game was added late when one of Crittenden County's out-of-state opponents came off the schedule. After opening the season with a loss to Murray, the Rockets had 401 yards against Webster last week. Micah Newcomb threw for 226 yards and a pair of touchdowns, both to Preston Morgeson, who had 6 catches in all for 81 yards. Meanwhile, Madisonville has done well running the football in 2 games with over 500 yards. Quarterback Aeneas Mitchell leads the Maroons, both passing at 370 yards and rushing with 245. All of this being done while last year's leading rusher, Lawan McAdoo, recovers from a leg injury. It's only the 4th time these schools have met, with Madisonville winning the previous 3 games. The first 2 were in 2011 and 2012. Madisonville beat the Rockets 33-20 last year.
You're listening to Your Sports Edge Football Friday, brought to you by Hopkinsville Community College.
Dealing with the real world wasn't easy, even before the whole global pandemic thing. Trying to pay the bills, worrying about family, or just trying to figure out what you want to be. The good news? Hopkinsville Community College is open and ready. With on-campus and online programs that can lead to essential careers in IT, healthcare, and more, all at less than half the cost of a 4-year university. So never put your dreams on hold, and never underestimate you.
From switchboard operators to the party line, fax, bag phones, and personal pagers. These days, it's a new cell phone version every year. We've been there for it all, evolved and upgraded for over 71 years, always looking for new ways to be there when you need us. Now, WPKY's commitment continues with a new text line at 270-963-9038, 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Hancock's Neighborhood Market would like to wish the Tigers all the best of luck this year.
You're listening to Your Sports Edge Football Friday, brought to you by Hopkinsville Community College.
The Hopkins Central Storm. The Muhlenberg County Mustangs.
The Storm opened the season with a 7-point win over Webster County, but they were throttled last week as Union County came away with a 42-0 win in Morganfield. Hopkins Central moved the football, but just couldn't punch it in the end zone. Khalil McNary had 84 yards rushing. Jaden Brasher threw for 139 yards, but 2 ill-timed turnovers led to the Storm's demise. They look to get back on the winning track, with McNary doing most of the damage on the ground. Through 2 games, he's averaging 111 yards per contest. Brasher has thrown for 291 yards and a score. They'll face a Mustang squad that's 0-2 after losses to Fort Campbell and Hancock County last week. The Hornets won big, 58-0, holding Muhlenberg County to just 76 yards of offense last week. For the season, quarterback Canyon Johnson leads Muhlenberg in both passing and rushing. He's averaging 94 passing yards and 58 yards on the ground. Despite Hopkins Central winning last year's game 28-0, Muhlenberg leads the all-time series 8-2.
The Logan County Cougars. The Russellville Panthers.
The Cougars have been impressive in their 2-0 start. Last week, Ryan Reno set a school record with 6 rushing touchdowns and a 49-6 win over Christian County. All total, Reno ran for 212 yards. He has 332 yards this year. Davin Yates threw for 87 yards, ran for 47 more. And Elijah Hawkins led the Logan County defense with 10 tackles. Peyton Taylor had 2 sacks. On the other hand, Russellville has struggled out of the gate. It's been a bizarro season for the Panthers, who advanced to last year's Class A championship game, but have struggled to find its footing after losing 24 seniors from that team. After losing to Butler County in the season opener, Russellville got blasted by Glasgow 48-6 last week. The Scotties rang up 209 rushing yards in that game. Don't expect Logan County to have much sympathy for its crosstown rival this week. Russellville won last year's meeting 23-14, which snapped a 4-game Logan County win streak.
The McCracken County Mustangs. The Graves County Eagles.
These are two teams glad to see each other because they both bring 0-2 records into this week's game. McCracken County opened the season with a big loss to Paducah Tillman. They were handled last week by Bowling Green 42-7. The Purples took advantage of a short field as quarterback Deuce Bailey did the work with 3 touchdown passes. The Mustangs have struggled to run the football with just 170 yards in 2 games, and that's put added pressure on quarterback Pryor Lamb, who's 18 of 30 for 185 yards, but hasn't thrown a touchdown this year. Graves County has played a tough schedule in its 0-2 start, losing to both Mayfield and Paducah Tillman. The Eagles only have 160 rushing yards in its 2 games. McCracken County leads the all-time series 4-3, but Graves County won last year's game 49-16.
The Davis County Panthers. The Owensboro Red Devils.
Friday's game between these teams will settle the annual City-County Championship in Owensboro. The Red Devils hammered Apollo last week 62-18 as Kenyatta Carbon ran for 204 yards and 4 touchdowns. Quarterback Casey Boone was 7 of 10 for 167 yards and threw 3 touchdown passes. It was a good bounce-back win for Owensboro, who lost to St. X 28-14 in the season opener. Meanwhile, Davis County defeated Owensboro Catholic 32-13 last week on the legs of Bryson Parham, who ran for 75 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Panthers also capitalized on 7 Owensboro Catholic turnovers, with Decker Renfro picking off 4 passes and returned one of those to the house. Owensboro has won 16 of the last 17 meetings with Davis County. The Panthers' lone win in that time came in 2017.
The Owensboro Catholic Aces.
The Union County Braves.
Speaking of Owensboro Catholic, they'll make the trip to Morganfield this week in an attempt to keep the football out of the hands of the Braves. The Aces will need to find a way to run the football. They had just 36 in last week's loss to Davis County, but that may be easier said than done as they face a Union County defense that always does a good job of swarming to the football. Kanye Pollard ran for 165 yards and 2 touchdowns in last week's win over Hopkins County Central, and quarterback Cannon Sheffer threw for 111 yards. Union County snapped a 4-game losing streak to the Aces last year with a 12-7 win in Owensboro.
You're listening to Your Sports Edge Football Friday, brought to you by Hopkinsville Community College.
Dealing with the real world wasn't easy, even before the whole global pandemic thing. Trying to pay the bills, worrying about family, or just trying to figure out what you want to be. The good news? Hopkinsville Community College is open and ready. With on-campus and online programs that can lead to essential careers in IT, healthcare, and more, all at less than half the cost of a 4-year university. So never put your dreams on hold, and never underestimate you.
It's all at your fingertips now at WPKYonline.com. Local video, local news, local sports, local weather information, and of course, contests. Plus, you can listen to us on your smart device. Just click the Listen Now button. We've made it easier to find your favorite information. WPKYonline.com.
Rogers Pet Grooming wants to wish the Tigers all the best this year.
You're locked into Your Sports Edge Football Friday, brought to you by Hopkinsville Community College.
The Trigg County Wildcats. The Murray Tigers.
Trigg County played its first Thursday night game in 36 years as they held off Murray 35-34 at Purdue Field. The Wildcats snapped a 6-game losing streak to Murray that dated back to 2008 as Jacob Weiss threw for 281 yards and moved into second place on the school's all-time passing list. Trigg got things going on their second play from scrimmage.
Players go in motion. Weiss back to pass, pump fake, throwing deep, has a man wide open. Jaden Vaughn at the 40, at the 50. He is going to go all the way to the house. Touchdown, Trigg County. Touchdown, Jaden Vaughn. 94 yards.
That equaled a Trigg County school record. Vaughn finished with 5 catches for 196 yards and later added a 50-yard score. Murray had a pair of backs go over 100 yards rushing, led by Colin Wilson. The junior quarterback ran for 123 yards and 4 touchdowns. He was joined by Gage Sokolowski and his 148 rushing yards. Murray had 402 yards on the ground. Neither team led by more than a touchdown, and Trigg County never relinquished the lead. Sokolowski's 31-yard score with 3:12 left drew Murray to within 35-34. Murray head coach Darren Bowling then rolled the dice and went for 2 and the win.
So Murray's going to go for 2. Wilson will be under center. Wilson takes it. He's hit. He can't get rid of it. The ball's on the ground, and Trigg County's defense holds. Great penetration that time, and they wrapped Wilson up, wrapped his arms up to where he couldn't pitch the ball. Huge play by the Wildcat defense.
Trigg County was able to run out the clock, get the 1-point win, and move to 3-0. Afterwards, Wildcat coach Chris Ezel said last year's 28-20 loss to Murray was still on the mind of his team 12 months later.
They wanted this game, they really did, and it was a solid week of practice. What a great week of practice. It was a solid week of practice. But I think we just willed this one. I really do. We did some good things offensively tonight. They kept us off the field because they're really good at what they do. But our guys wanted this, and, it just goes to show you when you set your mind to doing something, you can make it happen, and that's what we did tonight.
Trigg County will close out the last of 4 straight home games to start the season next Friday when Fort Campbell comes to Purdue Field. Murray will host Union County.
What's going on, buddy?
I just wanted to be sure that everything was all
the Webster
set up
County
and ready to go.
Trojans.
It was a big night for Rebel quarterback Gavin Nolan, who ran for 232 yards and 4 touchdowns. He also threw for 211 and 3 more touchdowns.
What do we need to do a little bit? It was a little bit hot there at the beginning.
In Dixon. It was also another big night for Nate Redding, who caught 8 passes for 115 yards and a score.
Webster
County ran back 3 kickoffs.
I'm going to get Bob, and you tell Dennis what to do with Bob's voice.
Yards. Todd County runs its record at 2-1. They'll visit Hopkins County Central next week. Webster County drops to 0-3. They'll host Moore High School from Louisville next Saturday.
Sounds amazing.
Moore beat the Trojans 35-0 last year.
Thank you.
The Fort Campbell Falcons.
The Falcons have this week off after splitting their first 2 games of the season. They beat Muhlenberg County in the opener and lost to Todd County Central last week. Fort Campbell has scored 64 points in its first 2 games. They scored 76 all of last year. Darren Frederick has thrown for 489 yards and 8 touchdowns in 2 games, while recent YourSportsEdge.com spotlight athlete Amari Waddy has 9 catches for 145 yards, and in Abe Lincoln, 4 scores. Fort Campbell returns to action next Friday. They'll be at Trigg County.
You're listening to Your Sports Edge Football Friday, brought to you by Hopkinsville Community College.
Dealing with the real world wasn't easy, even before the whole global pandemic thing. Trying to pay the bills, worrying about family, or just trying to figure out what you want to be. The good news? Hopkinsville Community College is open and ready. With on-campus and online programs that can lead to essential careers in IT, healthcare, and more, all at less than half the cost of a 4-year university. So never put your dreams on hold, and never underestimate you.
Tomorrow night, Coke Stew Wolves and the Cats kick off the season under the lights against a foe from the MAC, Miami University Redhawks, and your Kentucky Wildcats.
UK hits the gridiron to take on Miami of Ohio tomorrow. All the coverage begins at 4 on WKDZRadio.com and
on 106.5 WKDZ.
Give it your all this season, Tigers. Good luck from the Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center.
Caldwell County has its home opener and welcomes the Hopkinsville Tigers to Princeton tonight. The series between the schools dates back to Caldwell County High School's first year of football in 1954. Hoptown leads the all-time series 21-11 with a tie thrown into the mix in 1968. Caldwell County looks to snap a 4-game losing streak in the series tonight. This has been your Sports Edge Football Friday presented by Hopkinsville Community College. The Caldwell County pregame show is next.
Coming up next, we head to the stadium for pregame coverage of the Caldwell County Tigers. This has been your Sports Edge Football Friday on WPKY 103.3 FM and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Dealing with the real world wasn't easy, even before the whole global pandemic thing. Trying to pay the bills, worrying about family, or just trying to figure out what you want to be. The good news? Hopkinsville Community College is open and ready. With on-campus and online programs that can lead to essential careers in IT, healthcare, and more, all at less than half the cost of a 4-year university. So never put your dreams on hold, and never underestimate you.
When we say
classic hits,
we mean
50 ways to leave your lover. You just slip out the back, sweet darling, you get the best of my love. You get the best of my love.
Listen to WPKY worldwide at
WPKYonline.com. WPKY.
Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress wishes all the Tiger athletes good luck this season. Go Tigers. Give it your all from Herb Hayes Furniture.
Tiger football is on the air on 1580 103.3 WPKY on your free WPKY app and worldwide streaming audio on WPKYonline.com. It's time for the Caldwell County Coaches Show on WPKY.
Good evening, Tiger fans, and welcome to the third week of high school football and the Will Barnes pregame interview. The Tigers return to the friendly confines of Tiger Stadium tonight for their first home game of the year, where they will play host to the Hopkinsville Tigers. I'll be back with Coach Barnes after a word from our sponsors.
Pennyroyal Hospice Executive Director, Kelly Martin.
Living to the fullest with Pennyroyal Hospice means relief. R is for when that time comes that you face a restriction in the health of your life. E is for the ease of access to get that help that you so desperately need. L is for the life boost that hospice provides both for the patient and for the family. I stands for the individualized plan of care for your loved one. E is for the emergency plan that is developed specifically for you as a hospice patient. The letter F, we fill in the gaps after someone passes with an amazing and extended bereavement program.
Living to the fullest means relief with Pennyroyal Hospice, celebrating 40 years of care for our loved ones.
This is Alan Watts with Your Ag Edge, inviting you to join me Monday through Friday at 5:30 a.m. for the WPKY Morning Ag Report. We check in daily with Caldwell County Agriculture Extension Agent Shane Bogle. Get the latest from fellow farm broadcaster Max Armstrong. Take a look at the latest livestock market reports. Hear the latest edition of Traveling to Bluegrass and check the opening grain market with Hopkins Elevator's Ben Westerfield. That's the Morning Ag Report from Your Ag Edge Network on 103.3 FM and 1580 AM WPKY.
Good luck to all Tiger athletes from Bella Marie Boutique. Go Tigers!
We're back, and both teams tonight are coming into the game with 2 losses each. What do we have to do to stop that trend for us?
You know, obviously we've got to play a lot better than we have in the first 2 games, especially last week. We're into week 3 here, so guys are getting solidified in some spots, and it's time to start making some more plays. And, you know, against a really good Hopkinsville team, that'll be a tall task.
Well, looking at the positives, where have we improved? And it seems to me that our depth is continuing to improve.
Yeah, we've played a lot of guys just by design, and then some out of necessity. Get like a Cooper Mobley. You know, he's played as a freshman, played some strong safety, has played some inside linebacker, and so you know, getting Landon Davis back has allowed him to get some reps and more reps at strong safety, where you know he can feel a little more comfortable and get in a spot. And then people like, you know, Eli Stevens had to play some receiver last week and did a really good job. And Luke Maddox are young guys that had to step into roles, and that's good to hopefully develop some depth. And then hope, you know, those guys can build on that for the future with the little experience they've gotten this year.
It looks to me like the O-line, I knew we were out a couple players the first week of the season, but it looks like they're basically back intact. And I'm sure once you're back intact, you just perform better.
Yeah, and you're right. That's really that group is probably this week has really been the first time we've had all of them together, healthy, practicing since we've gotten going. So some of those guys are still learning the ropes, and I think we've done a decent job up front. You know, we've had some miscues, but I think those guys will continue to get better.
And it just looking at last week, I know we're trying to have a full complement of players, but I don't think I remembered Logan Chambliss playing last week. D-Man Thompson goes out early with an injury, and then I look at our holder getting injured in pregame warm-ups last week. So, you know, the bug strikes several ways in several different places.
Yeah, we don't have a trainer, and it seems like since that's happened, if it could go wrong, it has. We've had all kinds of crazy stuff happen, and you know, that's part of the game. And you've got to, like we just talked about, try to build some depth and have the next guy, you know, get ready, and they've had enough reps during the week that they are ready, and so we're still trying to figure those things out.
Well, looking at it offensively, what will we have to do, and what can we throw at Hopkinsville tonight that our strength, so to speak? Will it be the running game? Will it be the passing game, or a combination of both?
I think we've got to be able to run the ball a little more consistently, and that's not just something offensive line deal. It's a quarterback thing. It's a receivers blocking on the edge or running her out full speed if that's what they're doing on a run play. And it's our running backs, you know, getting a feel for where things need to hit when certain things happen. And it's a whole, you know, top to bottom. I need to make sure we're running into good looks. And so top to bottom, we need to get a little more consistent in the run game. We're doing some good things, but we're getting a hold or something just seems like that always puts us back a little bit, and we get in bad down in distances. So there are times that we're running the football, you know, not great, but decent enough where we should be consistently moving the ball. And we've just got to put that together more consistently. And I think that happens top to bottom, from a play caller all the way down.
Yeah, and I think just looking at last week's game, I knew that maybe 3 or 4 times last week we had guys, receivers wide open, the ball was right there, and yet we didn't put it away. We drop it, and so I'm sure our passing game is improving. Our receivers are getting a little bit more experience as to their routes. We've worked on that this week, I'm sure, in practice.
Yeah, you know, we work on throwing and catching every day. That's about 75% of what we do offensively. So it is a little frustrating that, you know, when you're dropping balls and you've spent a lot of our drill time is taken up by throwing and catching. And so it is frustrating. You know, Luke did a good job last week of getting the ball and putting it right where he needed to do, and we've got to do a better job of making plays. And sometimes you just have those nights where it just nothing really goes right for whatever reason, and you learn from it and try to get better and hope it doesn't happen again.
Are we seeing with 2 weeks under our belt, are we seeing kids step forward in leadership roles, and where that they've improved a little bit in that situation from the start of the season, where they could lead by example on the field?
Yeah, I think you're seeing that at certain spots, and we just got to have more of those guys continue to do that. And even if it doesn't necessarily have to be a senior, it's we're seeing it from younger guys that are trying to lead by example and do things the right way, and sooner or later that'll pay off.
Well, I know last week it seemed like Mansfield had it fairly easy in passing against us. I'm sure we worked on that this week. And then I saw a young man play in the defensive line last week. They had not seen him play all year, Miguel Pena. So, and to me, he played well. So we've got players always stepping up and taking spots where they've earned them.
Yeah, Miguel's a great kid, and has been in our program for 3 years, and his entire life has been running back, linebacker type of kid, and even started at inside linebacker some last year, and didn't start towards the end of the year, wasn't starting at linebacker coming into the year. A couple of weeks ago, realized we could use some help on the offensive and defensive line to try to create some depth, and took it upon himself to do that. And that's a really selfless thing to do, and tells you a lot about what kind of kid Miguel is. That he's a lot of people look at that as like a demotion, like you go to the defensive line and that's a demotion. That's not a demotion at all. It's just the way our team is constructed. We've got linebacker, inside outside linebacker type kids and spots. Every team needs more defensive linemen. You could probably go talk to Nick Saban today, and he would take a good defensive lineman. So really proud of him and the maturity and that he's shown and doing that, taking that upon himself. And yeah, he's doing a great job, and the more he does it, the better he's going to get, and that's going to make our team better.
And I know when you mentioned that, I hadn't realized he had done that on his own. That's to me a tremendous sign of leadership. And generally after 2 days after your last game, players sort of forget and they develop that attitude and want to come back and practice well. Practice has gone well this week, I presume.
Yeah, we've had good practices, and again, I told them, just because you practice good a little bit, that doesn't mean you're going to play good on Friday. It's got to translate, and hopefully we do that tonight.
That's been a look at the Tigers, the Caldwell County Tigers, and we'll look at the Hopkinsville Tigers when we're back after these messages.
You're listening to Caldwell County Football on WPKY Princeton.
With Planters Bank, you're served up points with every swipe of your Planters check card with You Choose Rewards. You'll earn points on every credit transaction you make with your Planters Bank Visa check card. Visit plantersbankonline.com to learn more. You choose rewards on the Planters Visa check card. Reason number 15, that Planters is the bank where you can expect great things. Member FDIC.
KFC Princeton, offering their amazing fried chicken and all the fix-its. You can dine in or call your order for pickup inside or use their convenient drive-thru. Your local KFC is located on the Marion Road in Princeton. Whether you enjoy a quick lunch or take dinner home or maybe take something to a friend in need, they're always ready to help. They're also looking for team members at KFC. Ask about becoming a member of their team. KFC on the Marion Road, where they appreciate your support and they are Princeton strong.
Raider Auction Company is excited to cheer on all the Tiger athletes this season. Go Tigers from Raider Auction Company.
Welcome back to the interview. Will Hopkinsville comes into Tiger Stadium tonight, also looking for their first win at 0-2, but having really played some top-flight opponents.
Yeah, I told the kids earlier this week that they probably played 2 top 10 to 15 teams in the state, regardless of class. You look at Louisville Ballard, it's who they opened up with. They beat Male last week, and if you follow high school football, you know Male is loaded with talent. So that Louisville Ballard team's really good, and plays really good defense and does a good job. And then everybody knows Mayfield, and they've got they're better than they've been probably since 19. And so they've got a really good football team, and going down there to play, they caught a lot of bad breaks, just tip balls and things like that they just never really started off on the wrong foot, and it just kind of snowballed on them. So the score is not indicative of what type of football team they are. They're well coached. They do a really good job. They're a good team.
Something similar that happened to us last week in our pass coverage. We have balls go right through our hands. We tip them into the hands where they just catch it, step into the end zone for a touchdown. So hopefully we can reverse that trend for us tonight.
Yeah, and when you're struggling offensively, that hurts even worse when you got a chance to make a big game-changing play defensively that can kind of give you some momentum. I feel like in the first two games, we've never had that big momentum type play. That really makes it hard on you to stay in the ball game and come back and do those types of things. So we've really got to try to create some of those big momentum shifting type plays.
And looking at Hopkinsville, I know that we saw a lot of him last year, but the Mercer kid in the backfield, we really have got to contain him tonight to have any kind of chance.
Yeah, I mean, they are going to get him the football in a variety of ways, and he's going to have some decent plays and make some big plays, but you've got to pursue to the ball. He's going to make unbelievable plays. That's just what type of player he is. But the thing that Mayfield was able to do was they had 3 and 4 and 5 guys and more coming when the ball was in his hands, and that makes it difficult to break 80-yard runs consistently. Then they throw a ball up, and he jumps up and makes a great play. Though that stuff is going to happen some, but what we can't have is I think last year, he feel like he's hurt us every year, but I think it was last year, he may have had like 4 or 5 rushes, 100+ yards, and 2 touchdowns. That type of game he can't have if we're going to have a chance to win. And when you're playing great players, they're gonna make great plays. You just got to try to minimize it as much as possible. And I think the way you try to do that is you've got to relentlessly pursue the ball.
And just looking, I know we talk about their 2 opponents having been top teams in Kentucky, but we don't know the full extent of what the Hopkinsville quarterback, who is Zach Moss, and their other leading running back is Devin Coleman, what they can do. But how does their offensive line stack up against our defensive line? Do we have a chance to? I know last week we were blitzing a few occasions on Mattisville. Will we be able to penetrate the Hopkinsville O-line tonight?
They're really big kids up there, and if they get on you, we're going to be in trouble. So if we give them our chest and let them drive us off the ball, then they'll be able to do whatever they want to us on offense. So we've got to play a good pad level, and if you can do that, I don't care who you play, you can have success. But if you stand up and let these big guys get their hands on you, that's not going to be a good deal at all.
Kind of turns out to be a rag doll.
Yes, and they're big and physical. So we got to play with good pad level, good technique, and be disciplined in what we do.
Are they that big on the D-line as well?
Yeah, they've got good size on the defensive line as well. Probably a little more athletic in those spots, but yeah, good size there too.
When the passing attack, I know Mercer obviously is their biggest threat, but the quarterback can throw the ball all over the field for Hopkinsville.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's a really good baseball player. I think he's committed to go to Kentucky to play baseball, and their coach is new, Mark Clark, so they're still trying to figure some things out offensively with the new system. It is a little bit different than what they've been doing in the past. So he's a first-year starter. He's played against us last year, but was in as a backup. So there's times you can see it almost looks like us with Luke. There are a lot of plays you see and it's like, oh man, that's a big time throw. And then there's others you can tell he's still trying to figure out the game, and he's a really good player though.
Hopkinsville will feature the spread attack and trying to get the ball outside quite a bit.
Yeah, they use a lot of motion and shifts and some different formations to run, their base offense. And, Coach Clark does a good job of making the defense really, you got to be on your toes with these motions and shifts because you can get outflanked pretty quick if you're not careful.
And just obviously looking at some of the positives going into tonight's game, being at home has to be a plus.
Yeah, we haven't played at home, didn't even have a scrimmage at home. So we've been on the road for 4 weeks. And really, if you look at it, we've been on the road for 7-on-7 3 times and 2 scrimmages and 2 games. So we've been on the bus at least once a week since we started. So, it's good to be at home and looking forward to playing at home.
Yeah, just like it is every year with Hopkinsville, we have to be concerned with their speed and their athleticism.
Yeah, and they do a good job on both sides of the ball of utilizing that with their scheme. And yeah, that's if you look at the last couple of years, big plays have really hurt us both ways. Last year, Mercer had an interception for a touchdown. Also had a couple big plays offensively. So that's got to be a big emphasis tonight on both sides of the ball and in the kicking game, obviously.
And just getting back to the makeup of the team, the 30 some odd freshmen and sophomores, do you see them taking hold and taking ownership in this team?
Yeah, we've got those guys a half a JV the other night. Weather got us there in the second half, and it was getting late. We already had 2 weather delays, so didn't get to play the second half. But, we've got 20-some freshmen and 10-plus sophomores and a junior here or there. So those guys, more reps they get, that's what JV's for, is to get those guys some more reps and feel a little bit more comfortable in our scheme. And so hopefully whether that translates to Friday nights this year for them or, down the line, that's valuable experience for them.
And returning to the health of the team, are we going to be fully loaded tonight?
We're still banged up and still kind of figuring out who all is going to be available. And, that's the nature of the beast sometimes where you run into injuries and, we'll just have to have the next guy ready to go.
So we're still looking at that magical healing right 15 minutes before game time.
Yeah, if anybody can get that stuff to us, it'd be great. But no, we're working through it the best we can and handling it as good as we can. Just when I don't think people realize how vital it is to have a trainer. When you got somebody like Mike Long there every single day to handle and manage some of these things, it is incredibly important. And I knew that when Mike was here, and I've really learned that, the last few months when he's not been with us, it's definitely affected.
It's a setback.
Yeah, it is. And there's no other way to say it, but there's nothing we can do about that. We just try to do the best we can.
Are those something that's incumbent on the school to look and find, or
I think it's just a matter of finding people that
want to go to football games
and that are that have the qualifications for athletic trainer. And I think it's a lot like it, everything else, that there's just not people out there in this area that are getting into that field.
You just can't go down to the employment office.
I think they've increased the what you have, the education part of it, what you have to be an athletic trainer, and it's not just a Caldwell County thing. I think Hopkins Central's, been looking for somebody. There's other people, all throughout Western Kentucky that are in the same boat. But when you get spoiled with somebody like Mike, it really it spoils you. It really does.
Any final thoughts, Will, going into tonight's game?
No, it's good to play at home, and when you get beat like you did last week, you hope to get that taste out of your mouth as soon as possible. And I just want our team to continue to progress. I feel like we haven't played a great game of football on any side of the ball for 4 quarters. So, I told them if we do that and we still get beat, I can live with that. I have a hard time living with not playing up to the standard and getting beat by when you feel like you had a better shot. So I hope we can do that tonight, and looking forward to another Friday night, and glad it's at home.
And that's going to conclude our interview with the Tiger head coach. My thanks to Will Barnes for granting us this interview. We are at home tonight. I invite you to listen on WPKY FM 103.3 and watch the live stream at WPKYonline.com. Joe and Dennis Stevens, Todd Griffin, Gary Goodacre, Chris George, John Miller, Bryce Thompson, and me, Bob Hayes.
Y'all ready?
For the broadcast that follows this interview as the Caldwell County Tigers are in battle tonight for their first victory.
Hey, sports
All of you ready over there?
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to play only offense or defense. When it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? At Goodwin Insurance, they take care of all your insurance needs. You deserve someone that provides comprehensive coverage and is working alongside you in your community. Contact them today for a quote.
Goodwin Insurance of Princeton, Cadiz, or Marion, or online at insurewithgoodwin.com.
As a community-owned enterprise, the Princeton Electric Plant Board provides services to the people in the Princeton area. One of the services they provide is to make sure the lights are on over our fields and courts for our Caldwell County Tigers. From everyone at the Princeton Electric Plant Board, good luck to all the Caldwell County Tigers and hopes for a safe season. And a big electric roar to their Tigers, Preston Burrell and Lily Hoare.
Time to head live to the stadium for a preview of tonight's action with the WPKY Sports Crew. The Caldwell County Tiger pregame show is on the air.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to high school football on WPKY. Tonight, the Caldwell County Tigers played their first home game of the season as they will square off against the Hopkinsville Tigers. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, we'll start breaking this one down on the Farmers Bank pregame show next on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and online at WPKYonline.com.
It's an excellent time to purchase a new set of tires and take advantage of the new mail-in rebates of up to $200 on selected tires. Good tread depth and the correct air pressure in your tires can lead to improved fuel economy, increased handling and safety, more responsive braking, and a smoother ride. All things that make for a great summer road trip. Trice Hughes in Princeton is the one-stop shop for everything your vehicle needs. For more information, visit tricehughes.com. That's tricehughes.com.
The roof isn't just part of the house, it completes it. It makes you feel safe and secure, so it needs to be properly installed. The importance of having a high quality and well-maintained roof is what motivates Bluegrass Roofing to serve this area, using quality materials without excess cost. Bluegrass Roofing is a Master Elite GAF certified installer, fully licensed and insured. They thank you for voting them the best roofing company in Western Kentucky. For roofing and claim info, find them at bluegrassroofpros.com.
I'm Clay Farless, and I'm a lender at Farmers Bank. From diapers to daycare to groceries, we are constantly looking for ways to save money at my house. We recently refinanced and saved more than a full % on our interest rate on a loan that was just over a year old. Rates are near all-time lows, so whether you're refinancing or buying, now's the time to apply online at yournxtbank.com. Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
In your channel for 71 years, WPKY has been your proven source for information, news, and sports. As we continue our legacy, join us weekdays at 6:30, 7:30, noon, and 5, plus 24/7 when you need it at WPKYonline.com and worldwide on the free WPKY app. The complete coverage you deserve from a proven partner. No fees, the way it should be. We are 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Good luck, Tigers. Have a great season. From Treasures Remembered.
Welcome in to the Farmers Bank pregame show as we get set for Caldwell County and Hopkinsville. Farmers Bank and Trust Company, your home of the Tiger debit card, the card that gives back to future athletes of Caldwell County. Their team wants to wish the Tigers good luck this season and to let you know that they are there to support you. You can bank on it. Beautiful night here at Tiger Stadium, first home game of the season. We should have about 81 degrees at kickoff, mid-70s by the time this one wraps up. Dennis Stevens, Bob Hayes, John Miller up in the booth. Tonight we'll have Todd Griffin, Gary Goodacre down on the field. We'll talk to those guys a little bit later here in the Farmers Bank pregame show. Bob, a couple of teams coming into tonight 0-2, both of them looking for a little bit of identity, looking for some good things to happen. And Caldwell County really needs to get the offense going a little bit, just a number of things on there, a little bit of cleanup here and there. And I think Coach Will Barnes thinks that this could be a breakout game for his bunch.
He's hoping that what we've done wrong in the first 2 weeks will not happen again tonight, or happen less sparingly, let's put it that way, and that Hopkinsville's had two really major opponents to deal with the last 2 weeks. We don't know what their mental state of mind is, but they're looking to get their first victory as well tonight. So, yeah, if we can be mistake-free, or for the most part, it's going to be a good football game, Dennis.
Yeah, we've got a kid for Hopkinsville named Deshaun Mercer we've got to keep an eye on, and we'll talk about him, I'm sure, a little bit more here in the Farmers Bank pregame show. Caldwell County's coming off a couple of losses to start the season, Christian County, and then a big loss against Madisonville that kind of got out of hand quick in that second half after being fairly close at halftime at 13-7. Caldwell County started out well in that game. An injury to D-Man Thompson early in that one took him back out of the backfield. And Caldwell County looked like they never really recovered offensively after that good start. It was all Madisonville after that, as they ended up beating the Tigers 46-7 last week in Madisonville.
And I think in that game, maybe D-Man had somewhat of a major role to have played in that game. And when he goes out on maybe the fourth, fifth offensive play of the game for the Tigers, it hurt us. And we didn't have anybody that could replace him. And we also had breaks not go our way. We would tip passes. They would then be caught by Madisonville, get into the end zone. We'd have balls go right through our hands that would be caught by Madisonville. So, and then we had 2 or 3 passes dropped that were right in our midsection. So if we can eliminate that and play with a heart, I think we'll do well tonight.
Just about 37 minutes before we kick this one off between Caldwell County and Hopkinsville. Bob, we said at the start of the season, the very first pregame show that we had, this was going to be a very young team, not a big depth team whatsoever. You've got more players than probably any time in our 8 seasons we've seen go both ways for the Tigers offensively and defensively. But we knew there was going to be some growing pains. We knew there were going to be some mistakes, and they're just kind of getting magnified early in the year with our lack of ability to put the ball in the end zone. But practice. Coach Barnes thinks this was another good week of practice. You had a chance to talk to him before the game.
Well, and going back to what Will said, that if we play well and get beat, he can live with that. But if we continue to make mistakes that we know that we should not be making, and with coaching just not appearing to detail as such, that's the harder thing to take. But these kids, like 35, 36, 37 freshmen and sophomores combined, and there's a lot of talent in those 2 classes. We're not going to give up this year and hope for next year or the year after that. But there's some good football players on this team, and they just got to grow up a little bit.
And absolutely, we're not going to throw this year away. Coach Barnes and that staff will stay up night and day trying to figure out what they need to do. Bob, when we talk about some of the mistakes, and you can tell us what Coach Barnes had to say about this, it's maybe small mistakes. You've got 11 guys on the field that, for Caldwell County being inexperienced and a little bit small, to be honest, they have to all be on the same page. You can't have a missed block. You can't have somebody not knowing which play is being run or a missed route. You have to turn, catch the ball, bring it in, and not look for the hit coming, and just a lot of little things. Tell us more of what Coach Barnes is thinking on cleaning all that up.
If we can get everybody on the same page on every play, or for the most part on every play, it's like he says, if we miss one blocking assignment, we may pick up 2 yards, but if we make that blocking assignment, we may get 5, 6, 7 yards, and those things do add up. I mean, tonight, I think for us to win, I think we have to certainly march up and down the field. We're not a strike team like we have in years past. We're not going to throw the 75-yard bomb. Maybe we get lucky and get one of them completed, but we're going to have to drive the football tonight in order to score.
And Caldwell County is not, like you said, not a deep threat. We don't have the speed. Really, Luke Parker has had trouble with a lot of company in the backfield with him, not as strong a protection as what I know Coach Barnes would like to have. But players are improving. You're going to see improvement game to game. We're at home for a couple of weeks, so I'm really expecting big things tonight against a Hopkinsville squad that is also 0-2 on the season.
Coach Barnes is also very pleased that some of these kids are stepping forward and on their own. For instance, in his pregame interview, he talked about Miguel Pena stepping up and volunteering to go to the defensive line. We saw him last week against Madisonville play well, and he's a force. He's 225 pounds, 5'8", 5'9", and plays with a motor. So you need those kids in the lineup and wreaking havoc as much as they can. Certainly other kids are stepping up, like Sutton Ritchie, like just name after name after name comes to mind. But if we can not turn the ball over tonight, I think we have a great shot at beating Hopkinsville.
That's one thing that kind of got us last week. We started out scoring with 18 seconds gone in the football game, up 7-0. We talked about getting off to a good start. You could check that box last week. The next two possessions both started on the Madisonville side of the field, but we were unable to capitalize on it. It had a turnover on one of those two possessions that really cost the Tigers early. Madisonville held on and then came out midway through the second quarter. It was all Madisonville. So talk a little bit more about how we do have to take care of the football and not turn it over, and that's going to be huge against a very quick Hopkinsville squad. And
just as always, Hopkinsville is athletic, and they got some big guys. Looking at their lineup here, big guys in the offensive line, defensive line. So we have to have our head in the game, have our mind on what we're doing, and be ready to compete.
It's all going to start, and we knew this going into the season. You start a sophomore at quarterback who had relatively few plays last season. I think he had 6 pass attempts last season compared to 156 for Stevens last year. So Caldwell County knew going in you're going to have some growing pains with Luke Parker. So far, I think he's doing well. We're going to hold it here just a second as they're clearing up some roster questions. Let's talk about Luke Parker a little bit, Bob. We knew he was going to have some time to grow. We said last week in the ball game, it's nowhere near panic time. Luke Parker is an athlete. He's going to get better, and he's going to get better both personally, and he's going to get better as his teammates start knowing what the scheme is and what they're going to do on each and every play and get a little more confidence there. But tell us some of your thoughts and maybe Coach Barnes' thoughts on the play of Parker.
Luke is one of these kids that is a sponge. He soaks everything up. He has a lot of ability. He's had 8 quarters of football behind him, and he throws the ball well. When he gets a chance to stay in the pocket and throw, he gets the ball into his receiver really well. But as a young quarterback, you mentioned maybe only 6 passes thrown last year. He's still new in that position, and he's learning how to get rid of the ball, throw the ball away when he doesn't have anything going, and certainly not try to outrun football teams, because most of these other teams have outside speed that can run you down. So Luke is, in my opinion, playing really well, and it's good to see him have this year under his belt. He'll be better next year, and certainly by the time he's a senior, he'll be unstoppable in the backfield.
Absolutely. Last week, he only had an 8 out of 20 throwing percentage and 2 picks. But we made the comment during the game, he hit several receivers. Nobody's going to catch everything, but he had some very catchable footballs where he was hitting the receivers, especially down the right side, quite a bit, and just not being able to bring those in. That completion percentage could have been 12 out of 20, 13 out of 20 easily.
and he was over 50% his first game, where maybe he had more action in the backfield trying to get away from. But Luke, to me, throws an easy, very catchable football. It's not like a 55-pound ball coming out there that you have to wrap your arms and hands around. Looks like he throws a really, really catchable pass, and he'll get it to you. You just got to make the catch.
We have about 29 minutes before we kick this one off between Hopkinsville and Caldwell County. We're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we'll check out tonight's injury report and also go down to the field for the first Go Green report with Todd Griffin and Gary Goodacre. All of that still to come here on the Farmers Bank pregame show on WPKY.
Learn about your heart health with a simple scan. The cardiology clinic at Caldwell Medical Center features a highly trained team of heart health specialists and years of experience in cardiac health and wellness. Our specialists provide a wide range of cardiac-specific services, offering coronary artery calcium testing, stress test, echocardiograms, sleep studies, and more, all right here close to home. To schedule an appointment, visit caldwellmedical.com. We live in one of the greatest agricultural communities in Kentucky and in the country. That comes with responsibility, especially during harvest season. Pennyrile Electric reminds you to watch for heavy farm machinery on the roads. For farmers, staying safe means surveying for overhead power lines and underground utilities when moving large or elevated equipment, and when beginning any excavation project like tiling or fence post digging. Need guidance? Call Pennyrile Electric.
Hey, sports fans, you wouldn't want your favorite sports team to play only offense or defense. When it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? At Goodwin Insurance, they take care of all your insurance needs. You deserve someone that provides comprehensive coverage and is working alongside you in your community. Contact them today for a quote.
Goodwin Insurance of Princeton, Cadiz, or Marion, or online at insurewithgoodwin.com. At YourSportsEdge.com, we strive every day to continue to bring you the gold standard in high school sports coverage, with more on your teams and your players.
Or did it show up there?
And while they are not gold, those Crystal Awards we have won for doing what we love to do are pretty cool too.
That's something you see every day.
The Kentucky Broadcasters Best Digital Product Award winner. YourSportsEdge.com.
Proud supporter of Tiger Sports, Big John's Barbecue says, "Go Tigers."
Welcome back to the Farmers Bank pregame show. Farmers Bank and Trust Company of Princeton, your home for the Tiger debit card, the card that gives back to future athletes of Caldwell County. Their team wants to wish the Tigers good luck this season and to let you know that they are there to support you. You can bank on it. Dennis Stevens and Bob Hayes here on the Farmers Bank pregame show. Bob, let's go ahead and do something that's been a pretty big issue with Caldwell County early this season. That's the injury report. It's brought to you by Caldwell Medical Center. Caldwell Medical Associates Orthopedic Clinic is your one-stop shop for orthopedic care to get you back out on the field. Their skilled team of providers have the experience and knowledge to treat and diagnose a wide range of orthopedic services, and Caldwell Medical Center is a proud sponsor of Caldwell County Athletics.
And Dennis, what we know about the injury report is that last week Logan Chambliss was out of action. He's dressed tonight and will play. Timothy Nichols last week suffered a broken or dislocated finger in pregame warm-up. He had to set out last week's game, but he's dressed and ready to play tonight. And we're not sure about the injury to Demarius Thompson. D-Man left the game after about 5 or 6 plays last Friday night, and we're not sure. What we know is it's kind of a leg injury, but we're not sure what exactly and whether he'll play tonight. I'm trying to look to see if I can find number 11 dressed out there, and they're running around with that. I can't focus, so he may not play tonight. It didn't look like, according to Coach Barnes yesterday, that he would be able to play tonight. So as far as we know, those are the only ones that have been. He mentioned a couple dinged up, but on Friday night somehow magically you get healed, if you will, and so we're hoping that happens tonight to some of those ones that are dinged up.
Yeah, that desire to get on the field kind of alleviates a lot of pain at times for some of these young men. Bob, let's take a look defensively tonight. for Caldwell County. You've got a situation this year that's kind of unique at Caldwell. Will Barnes doesn't like to do it. His dad, David, never liked to do it any more than he had to. A lot of players playing both ways this year.
He's had to do that, and he's had a lot of his upperclassmen have to do that, but he's getting some ability from these freshmen and sophomore that he may not have to do that as much. We mentioned Miguel Pena going to the defensive line to help one of those positions maybe get some rest. We're pretty strong at the linebacker position. Good players. Landon Davis is back on the outside, and Jameis Carnahan. Good backers there. Our safety. I think Eli Stevens is going to be seeing a lot more action. He saw a lot of action last week and not afraid to hit. Camden Wolford is a beast on defense. I think we're spelling maybe Luke Parker at safety a little bit more tonight than we have in the past. So those keep you more fresh if you cannot be out there on every play. And depth, again, is one of the things we're trying to create on this team.
And, Bob, I'll let you explain a little bit more in case the folks missed it in our coaches show tonight about Pena, but he may be figuring into one of our best awards here. That's the C3 Electric Power Line Play of the Week. C3 Electric sells and services Generac generators, new construction, remodels, and more. And with over 25 years of experience, you can trust C3 Electric for quality service and installation. Before we go down on the field, tell us a little bit about that story in case anybody missed it tonight on the coaches show about the move that Miguel Pena made to the coaching staff.
Just as we noticed last week, him being in the defensive line, Dennis, you and I both noted that he played well, and this was late in the third quarter action, and found out from Coach Barnes that he took it upon himself to get on the field and to go into the defensive line position. Coach Barnes quick to say that that's not a demotion. He wanted to be on the field. He felt like he could help the team there. And you got to pat a kid on the back for having that kind of desire and want to. And I think that just makes the team swell up a little bit with pride, and certainly makes us really, really a fan of Miguel Pena.
We're just under 22 minutes before we kick this one off. I'll tell you what, John, let's go ahead and take our second break. And when we come back, we'll hit the first Go Green Field report. That's next here on the Farmers Bank pregame show on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Your local McDonald's wants you to know that they are ready to serve you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine-in or the drive-thru is always open, and they offer curbside pickup service. To avoid the wait in the drive-thru, you can download the McDonald's app and try curbside pickup. Stop in soon and enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at your local McDonald's. Proud to be a part of this community. McDonald's of Princeton, proud supporters of the Caldwell County Tigers.
You'll find over 30 years experience to work for you at U-Ride in Princeton. They are hometown proud and ready to serve your vehicle needs from start to finish, and they do it all safely. You'll find variety and quality vehicles along with on-the-lot financing. And of course, you can always apply online at uridesales.com. Stop by or call for an appointment today with one of their friendly sales staff at U-Ride on the Marion Road in Princeton, 270-365-3018. Hometown proud. Go Tigers!
Do you want to get into the best shape of your life? Okay, let's be honest. You just want to get into some kind of shape? Then now's the time to get to Trilogy Performance Sports and take advantage of their $100 monthly family plan. This offer allows every member of the family living in the house to use the facilities at Trilogy as well as join the classes. What a deal! Don't wait. Get in shape. This offer is only for the month of September, so start exercising now and run to Trilogy Performance Sports to sign up. For more information, go to trilogyperformancesports.com.
Chick-fil-A of Hopkinsville wants to salute the outstanding achievements of our area student athletes. Each week, a student athlete will be chosen based on academics, athletics, and achievements. Watch for the Chick-fil-A AAA Young Person of the Week at yoursportsedge.com. Academics, athletics, and achievements. The Chick-fil-A AAA Young Person of the Week at yoursportsedge.com.
Bradley Furniture wishes all the Tigers good luck this season.
Welcome back to the Farmers Bank pregame show as we're about 20 minutes away from Caldwell County and Hopkinsville here at Tiger Stadium tonight. Dennis Stevens and Bob Hayes up in the booth. John Millard in the truck, and down on the field is Todd Griffin and Gary Goodacre. And for our first Go Green Field reporter of the night, we'll throw it down to Todd.
All right, Dennis, thanks. We're down here on the sideline. The Tigers getting ready to play the Hopkinsville Tigers here tonight. And we thought earlier this might be the last chance we'd get to see the black and gold Tigers play the blue and gold Tigers, but the black and orange Tigers and blue and gold. But we found out earlier today that the Hopkinsville Christian County Academy School that's going to be opening up is pushing everything back a year. So we'll actually still see Hopkinsville and Christian County again next season. And it will be 2 years from now that we actually have the combined school over at Christian County with Hopkinsville and Christian County combining schools. So, Gary, it's not the final Tigers and Tigers tonight.
Well, not necessarily, because we're at the second year of a cycle. Everyone's got to reschedule next year. So one thing I was thinking about today when I read the story on YourSportsEdge.com was how many schools are going to want to schedule Christian County or Hopkinsville, because they may only get 1 year, and then when they consolidate, they would only have the one team and may not be able to reciprocate the second year.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough situation there, because we're also going to find out probably around January the new draft alignment to see exactly how classification is going to place everybody. And I wonder if that's something the KHSAA will take into consideration, that, hey, later in this thing, the second year of classification, you're going to have what amounts to, a 6A school with the new Hopkinsville Christian County Academy, which is probably going to be one of the top 4 or 5 largest schools in the state.
So the question they'll have to do is, do you let them play in 5A where Christian County was, or do you wouldn't let them play in 4A logically, or do you make them go to 6A? If you do, all the 6A schools in that district would have to force off one of their opponents to accommodate the academy, and that creates other problems too. So one reason that it would have been better had it been done this year to have been clean for football with home and homes. I think doing in the middle of a cycle is going to have some issues that the KHAA is going to have to consider.
I think Caldwell was open to playing the new school, although, again, you're talking about a really large school coming in. It's going to be probably 2,300 students, maybe more when you put Hoptown and Christian County together. That's assuming a few students don't find their way to Heritage Christian Academy or University Heights or, a public school like Todd County, Trigg County, even Caldwell County.
It's going to be interesting to see the demographic shifts that occur that happened in McCracken. Some of the students who were in the Reedland community decided it was closer to go to Marshall than to go to where the McCracken County High School was built past the mall. So, and some students simply realized that they were a starter or on track to be one in athletics and will not be one at the new school. So for many reasons, academically, athletically, socially, people are going to go to where they feel is best.
Well, I have to admit, I was kind of looking forward to Caldwell County being the only Tigers in the area for the first time in over 100 years, really.
Well, for at least one more year, it seems as though that the orange and black will prowl as the felines that they are. But I think that we do have a consideration that theoretically, if we want to make sure we have a lockdown schedule, we may have to pick up 2 new opponents and eschew the 2 schools from Christian County that play football.
Well, both of these teams tonight coming in with 0-2 marks, although it's difficult to get a great read on Hopkinsville right now because the 2 teams they played are both really, really good.
There are a lot of teams in the state that if they played Louisville, Ballard, and Mayfield would be 0-2. So you can't necessarily go by that. However, being shut out is a little concerning that they couldn't at least get some points on the board. I don't know if it was because the opponent was just that good or maybe it was turnovers, but I have a feeling Hopkinsville is not going to let off the gas today. We're going to have to play 4 quarters of football because they want to get right. They got to play Bowling Green next week, and they want to feel good about themselves, and I think that they're not going to feel sorry for us being 0-2 at all.
Well, and from a Caldwell County standpoint, you look at that score last week, it looks a little rough, but Caldwell was up 7-0 early, had a chance to maybe build a little margin and did not. Still within 13-7 at halftime and got the ball to start the second half, but when Madisonville got rolling, the Tigers were on the wrong side of that.
Well, I think Madisonville figured out some things that worked. We had a few drop passes, a couple of situations where we did not capitalize and get a lead that buried them when we had those short fields. Could have been up to 21-0, and a lot of teams will give up at that stage. And what I'm thinking this game, we need to figure out, did we learn anything from the last 2 weeks? We say you make the most improvements from week 1 to week 2. Maybe we didn't. Maybe it's going to be week 2 to week 3 this time. A home crowd should definitely help. It looks like we're filing in nicely. The weather's perfect. If you haven't made it out to the stadium, there's still time, and it's going to be lovely tonight weather-wise.
I don't think Caldwell County needs any major overhauls right now. I think it's the little things that get you. I mean, it's just, making a good pass here or there, making the catch here or there. We saw 5 or 6 drop balls last week. One might have gone for a touchdown, and when you talk about the screens, you make that catch and you get a good kick-out block and slip a tackle. Those could be touchdowns. I mean, those things are designed to go the distance. So when you drop those passes, it kind of takes away an opportunity that you might have had to do something big.
Also, you have to get some people back in the game. We had 3 players who were out week 1 that came back, and then you lose another player in Logan Chambliss, the starting receiver, and you lose your running back after the first quarter. It's very hard with a team that does not have a lot of depth to overcome these types of injuries on the fly. So we need a game where we have our full personnel for 4 quarters so we can actually run all the plays in our playbook to the best of our ability.
Well, I heard a football coach say one time, if you want to be a better football team, it's really simple: block better and tackle better.
Absolutely. If you put up a 0, you're not going to lose. It's just a matter of how long it takes you to win. So I don't expect either team to put up a 0 today defensively. I think both teams will get in the end zone at least once. But the key to everything is execution, whether it be blocking, tackling, and also other things you didn't mention from that coach. We just got to execute a little better, and this is a work in progress. I think everyone knows this. The main thing is, are we going to be ready when we play our first district game against Ballard Memorial here? If we're ready by then, the whole season changes completely.
Guys, I'm just glad to have a home game. Back up to you guys, and fun night with Tigers and Tigers here in the stadium.
All right, thank you, guys. Just about 12 and a half minutes before we kick this one off, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the national anthem, the coin toss, the kickoff, the prayer, and the Tigers and Tigers live from Tiger Stadium here tonight on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Some of the best times are on the lake, eating your favorite foods, sipping on a drink, and listening to live music. The Summer Concert Series at Eddy Creek Marina Resort is open for business, and there's plenty of room for you. Live bands every Saturday night, weekly specials at Echo Charlie's Restaurant, open from breakfast till dinner. Some Echo Charlie's faves are the homemade crab cakes, Bubba's Key West salt wings, and the hand-patted Barkley burger. Pontoon rentals, cabins, and more to enjoy at Eddy Creek Marina and Echo Charlie's this summer.
As a community-owned enterprise, the Princeton Electric Plant Board provides services to the people in the Princeton area. One of the services they provide is to make sure the lights are on over our fields and courts for our Caldwell County Tigers. From everyone at the Princeton Electric Plant Board, good luck to all the Caldwell County Tigers and hopes for a safe season. And a big electric roar to their Tigers, Preston Burrell and Lily Hoare.
Hello, I'm Jeannie Doom, family nurse practitioner with Community Medical Clinic. We provide lots of healthcare services such as primary care, urgent visits, immunizations, school, work, and CDL physicals. We accept all insurances. If you are uninsured, we offer a sliding scale program or self-pay options. Community Medical Clinic would love to take care of you and your family, accepting new patients now. For more information, call 270-365-0227 or follow us on Facebook at Community Medical Clinic.
Let's talk sports every Saturday morning. Be part of the live Saturday morning quarterback at the Biscuit Barn and Ice Cream Eatery with host Todd Griffin and your Caldwell County Tiger football coaches. Listen live or come be a part of the conversation Saturday mornings at 9 on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
The WPKY News Edge is committed to keep you informed. Each weekday, they'll email you the top news and sports story of the day for free. No subscription fee. To sign up, click on the news tab at WPKYonline.com to sign up today. Sign up and receive these information updates for free to your email inbox. To sign up, click on the news tab at WPKYonline.com.
Black Patch Grill says, "Go Tigers. Good luck this season."
It's a Friday tradition. The smell of popcorn is in the air. The WPKY sports crew is ready. Get on your feet, Tiger fans. It's kickoff time. Caldwell County Tiger football is on the air. Don't miss a moment of tonight's action. Listen live on the free WPKY app, worldwide at WPKYonline.com, and on the air at 1580 103.3 WPKY.
And we are back at Tiger Stadium, just over 9 minutes to go before we kick this one off. It's Hopkinsville and Caldwell County tonight. Dennis Stevens and Bob Hayes here to bring you the call of this one. It's going to be a good one. Both teams 0-2 on the season, so somebody's going to go home with their first win tonight. Bob, it's just about 9 minutes now before we kick this one off. Let's go ahead and tell about the coin toss. They still do that as they started with COVID down on the field, and we'll figure it out as the game gets ready to go. But the coin toss, Bob, I'll let you tell about our fine friends at Farless Realty.
Sure, Dennis. Brought to us by Farless Realty. Are you ready to sell your home? Call Farless Realty today and let a realtor sell it for you. Ready to buy a home? Don't waste precious time. Farless Realty can help, and interest rates are still reasonably low. They will work hard to find you a home that will fit you and your family and your budget. Contact Farless Realty at 270-365-5058 or stop by 323 South Jefferson Street in Princeton. Check out all their listings on Facebook and at farlessrealty.com. And while we have a few minutes before kickoff, the first quarter, again, brought to us by our friends at Cozy Living. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, been under the ownership and management of Pam and Hab Haberlock for the past 3 years. Beautiful furniture, bedding, accessories, and gifts. They are also your local U-Haul dealer. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, next to the bowling alley in Princeton. Cozy Living, everything a home should be.
Both teams is still in the locker rooms, yet to come out onto the field. The band has gone down to make the tunnel for the Tigers to come out in. Field looks beautiful tonight, Bob. I think if you look at natural turf surfaces that we have here and around the area, this, if it's not the best, it's got to be one of the top 5 in the whole end of the state as far as playing conditions on this field. It looks absolutely great tonight.
Beautiful, and I think it is the best playing surface, except obviously Tillman has a new field this year, but a lot of these other fields get churned up and turfed up and all that, but this field always retains its personality.
And Caldwell County will be in the gold jerseys tonight with the blue pants. Hopkinsville in the white jerseys on the road and the black pants. And Bob, a little segue into Paducah Tillman. They are playing tonight against Mayfield in the 100th meeting between those schools tonight. So that should be a pretty good game. Mayfield looks like another season they're going to steamroll through most of the schedule after really putting it on Hopkinsville last week.
Coach Barnes told me in the pregame outside that Mayfield probably has a better team now than they have had in 25 years. So obviously they've got talent, and they just never have an off season down there. And Tillman is up and coming, so that should be a real good football game. And Dennis, while we're looking at it, we've got a nice sized crowd here on our side in Tiger Stadium, and really a great night for football. It's probably 80 right now. Sun is down behind the clouds, and it's a great night for a game.
Low humidity and a little bit of a breeze blowing out. It's got the flag moving a little bit at the left end zone area, so it's going to be a great night. Should be down around 73 by the time we wrap this one up tonight between Hopkinsville and Caldwell County. Bob, some of the other games around the area tonight, you've got Fulton County at Callaway County. Let's see, Pleasure Ridge Park at Bowling Green. That's going to be Hopkinsville's next opponent, so they really want to make hay tonight if they if they have their way, because next week, part of a brutal start to a schedule as they'll take on Bowling Green at Bowling Green next week. Madisonville North Hopkins, the team that defeated us last week, at Crittenden County. That should be a very competitive game as well. Looking down the schedule, Henderson County is at Christian County. Let's switch over a page or two, and we have Russellville at Logan County. As we said, Tillman at Mayfield, Graves County at McCracken County. And another one that kind of caught my eye down here a little bit is Owensboro Catholic at Union County.
There's some interesting games this week, and for the first time, Dennis, we can start to look at some comparative scores about what we did against teams that we've played and teams that we'll be seeing in the future. And also last night, somewhat of a surprise, Trigg County beating Murray 35-34. So our schedule is not stoked with patsies.
Absolutely
so to speak,
not. A little bit of an upset, but Trigg held on, denied a 2-point conversion, and beat Murray last night 35-34. And before we go on, sometimes we joke around about road trips and how long they can be. Marshall County is playing in Mississippi tonight, so I don't think that's going to none of our road games are going to be any worse than going all the way to Mississippi for a road game.
There's got to be some money involved in that deal somewhere, Dennis. And looking down on the field, this is something we always notice here at home football games. We got 7 officials tonight, which makes the line of sight, just a better officiated football game.
Yeah, I always have that. Coach Barnes likes to have that at home. You're listening to Tiger Football on WPKY Princeton as we are just under 4 minutes from getting this one underway from Tiger Stadium. About this time every week we have our prayer, and we'll do that right now. Holy God, thank you for another Friday night. We ask that you protect each student that steps on the field tonight, and we also ask that you bless the efforts of each student in ways they never thought possible.
And further, Lord, we ask you to give comfort to those people suffering from the floods in eastern Kentucky. We ask you to give courage and sportsmanship to the players, patience and understanding to the coaches, wisdom and knowledge to the game officials, and lastly, peace to us all. We ask these things in your precious name. Amen.
Amen. Caldwell County came out on the field. They have some pretty nice-looking new jerseys, Bob. They've got the old throwback stripes on the shoulders. They will be in gold jerseys tonight with the blue pants. They are kneeling for their pregame prayer. Hopkinsville coming out of the locker room on the far side of the field. Kickoff coming very soon. Kickoff, as always, each week brought to you by Purcell Tire. Let's kick off this season with a vehicle checkup with Purcell Tire Princeton. Keep your vehicle running great so that you'll never be late for school, work, or the ball game with the help of Purcell Tire, Highway 62 West in Princeton, where they wish the Tigers a great season.
And we're not sure of who won the toss. So we're still, teams are still gathered around their sideline and their coaches. And 2 minutes, 14 seconds away from kickoff.
Don't forget, Saturday morning quarterback tomorrow morning from the Biscuit Barn, a new location for us. That's going to kick off at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning with Todd down there. So if you get a chance, go on down, have some breakfast, and join in on the conversation. Check it out live. That's tomorrow morning on Saturday morning quarterback.
Hey, guys.
Go ahead, Todd.
Caldwell County won the toss tonight. They deferred to the second half, and I think the Tigers will be kicking away from the scoreboard as we get going tonight.
All right, thank you for that. Of course, the coin toss brought to you by our friends at Farless Realty. Bob, a minute and a half to go before we get this one underway. And to me, it's a Caldwell County team that wants to prove something. They're looking for something good. They're looking for a little bit of identity. And I think it's easy for them to start to feel the pressure a little bit, but you're still only 2 games into the season, and you haven't played a district game yet. That's still to come well down the road. So no time to panic, but I think we're going to see a different kind of effort tonight from the Tigers.
I would be just remiss if we didn't see all-out effort on all-out every play, Dennis. So it's not hot. It's not a situation where you're going to be cramping up, although that might happen during the course of the game. But it's a perfect night for football.
Caldwell County will go out on the field. Looks like number 42, Timmy Nichols, the junior kicker, is going to put the ball in play for Caldwell County. We understood Coach Barnes right. He broke a finger last week in the warm-ups.
He dislocated a
finger.
And obviously back healthy and warming up well tonight on kickoff. So we'll wait and see. Hopkinsville's dropping their back to about the 13-yard line. So, again, we will see where Timmy can put the football.
New track being placed here at Caldwell County High School. Looks good so far. They're going to put the blue covering on it this coming week. So a big eye improvement for Tiger Stadium here with the new track in place. Familiar voice of Frankie Brown gets us set as he gets everybody on their feet. Nichols is going to approach, and we are underway at Tiger Stadium. Little pooch kick is going to be fielded and fumbled. Ball loose on the ground. Caldwell County looks like they recovered at the Hopkinsville 42-yard line. We'll see what the official call is.
Guys, I think we had a whistle down here before that ball came loose.
Number 6 on the ground was Xavier Lee. Looked like he may have came down with it. Some discussion amongst the officials on the far sideline.
Guys, I think down here everybody just kind of assumed that ball was going to be caught, and it really sounded like somebody blew a whistle on that far side before the receiver even tried to make the catch.
Well, it does appear to be a inadvertent whistle because Hopkinsville has the offense on the field, and clearly, Bob, the ball wasn't even close to being caught.
It went right through his hands. Had no possession at all on that ball.
Tough break for Caldwell County as Hopkinsville has the ball 1st and 10 from their own 42. They're going to go to the air right out of the gate looking for Mercer, complete at the Caldwell County 30. That's Deshaun Mercer, the senior who is signed with Miami of Ohio, with a big gain on the first catch. First down all the way in Tiger territory. They're going to spot that one at the 26-yard line.
If I was Hopkinsville, I'd throw him the ball a lot tonight.
Yeah, the kid is tall. What is he, 6 foot, 185?
Yeah, he's a good-looking player.
By far their leading receiver last year, all-state candidate. Snap is back. Looking down the field again, goes again to Mercer inside the 10, brought down inside the 5. At quarterback is number 6, Zach Moss. It's a tall kid. They list him at 6'6". But Hopkinsville 2 plays, and they're down to the Tiger 4-yard line. Both catches by Deshaun Mercer. Not even half minute gone here in the first quarter. No score, just underway, but Hopkinsville threatening early. Moss out of the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left. He's going to hand it off this time. Good play by the Tiger defense in the middle of the line. Pickup of about 2 on the play. Well, let's call it 1, Bob. Ball spotted at the 3-yard line. We'll get the number. There's number 29.
Daniel Laurent in on that tackle for the Tigers.
1 receiver to the far right, 3 to the left. Mercer in the slot. Handoff again up the middle. And it is a touchdown. Number 23 on the carry is Devin Coleman. He was the workhorse last week against Madisonville. And 58 seconds into the game, Hopkinsville with their first points of the season as they take the 6-0 lead. Lining up with one of those shift sets for the extra point attempt. They're going to have Mercer with a direct snap. But 8 Tigers lined up on the left side. Now they'll shift back into position, and a flag comes down. I know there's probably reasons behind that, Bob, but it sure looks out of place when you do try it. Official on the sideline with the flag.
It's going to mark them back 5 yards for the PAT.
I think against Caldwell County. As the Tigers went offsides on the shift. 6-0 Hopkinsville early in this one. A couple of long passes to Deshaun Mercer and a couple of runs by Devin Coleman. Coleman punching it in from about the 3-yard line.
Apparently Hopkinsville has no kicker.
But that will move the ball up to the 1.5 yard line. So Moss will bring his team up. Mercer split out to the left, one-on-one coverage. Handoff is going to be good. Number 8 with the 2-point conversion is Darius Green. With 11:02 left in the first quarter, Hopkinsville on the board first. It's Hopkinsville 8, Caldwell County nothing. Back after this.
If you're involved in an auto accident, it's your choice where your vehicle is repaired. Some insurance companies refer you to pro shops because they give the insurance company discounts. But with those discounts, the insurance company has input on the parts used and might not always use what is best. At Trice Hughes Body Shop, they're not partnered with an insurance company, but they give the same lifetime limited warranty to the person who owns the vehicle at the time of repairs. Visit Trice Hughes in Princeton for your vehicle repairs.
From switchboard operators to the party line, fax, bag phones, and personal pagers. These days, it's a new cell phone version every year. We've been there for it all, evolved and upgraded for over 71 years, always looking for new ways to be there when you need us. Now, WPKY's commitment continues with a new text line at 270-963-9038, 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium. Christian County lining up. Caldwell County 2 men deep at the 10-yard line. For the call, my friend Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. A bad break on the initial fumble on the kickoff does not go to Caldwell County, and Hopkinsville capitalizes. This one is going to roll into the end zone. Good play by Xavier Bumpus to let that one go. Caldwell County will bring it out to the 20 to start their first possession of the night. 8-0 Hopkinsville over Caldwell County early in this one. Let's go down for our first Go Green Field report with Todd. Todd, do you have any clarification on the whistle that stopped the ball and kept it in the hands of Hopkinsville?
Definitely a whistle before the play was over, but, you know, some different perspectives down here. Some people said that Hoptown came up with it, and on that play right there, I'm not sure that wasn't a backward pass. That was pretty close, too.
That one goes from Parker to Carnahan, incomplete. Second down and 10 coming up for the Tigers. Bob, it looked clearly from up here like Caldwell County had recovered it, but Hopkinsville was able to keep possession. And a big turn of events early for Caldwell County.
Just a really bad break for the Tigers. We got to overcome it.
Chambliss and Carnahan in the backfield with Parker. Two receivers to the left. Handoff goes to Carnahan. Good gain out to the 25-yard line. Not much more of a hard-nosed runner than Jameis Carnahan. He's not afraid to take a hit with every carry. A workhorse for Caldwell County offensively and defensively.
5-yard pickup on that play brings up a manageable third down for the Tigers, 3rd and 5.
Deep back is going to be Carnahan. Extra tight end for Caldwell County. 10:30 left to go in the first quarter. Parker puts Chambliss in motion. Hands off to Carnahan. Carnahan hits the line, and a pickup of 1 will bring up 4th down for Caldwell County. That's going to bring the punt unit on for Caldwell County.
If you go back to last week, guys, that was a big problem over at Madisonville. 3rd and 4th down conversions were really a problem for Caldwell, but Madisonville really excelled, especially I think they were 4 of 5 on 4th downs last week.
Absolutely. What made it hard for Caldwell County in that game, and there were a lot of 3rd and 13s, 3rd and 14s, just really not manageable for this offense at this point of the season, but 3rd and 5, I like our chances a lot. Good kick. Nichols, the new punter for Caldwell County, fielded by Hopkinsville at the 37-yard line. That's Mercer looking for some room. Dodging in and out, gets it across the 40 down to the 43-yard line. You're going to see a lot of number 1 for Hopkinsville. Deshaun Mercer is a 6 foot, 185-pound senior committed already to Miami of Ohio and had a lot bigger name offers. Found the school that fit for him. And he is a big cog in that Hopkinsville wheel. The spot is going to be actually at the 42-yard line of Hopkinsville, where they'll take over 1st and 10, leading this one 8-0. 9:34 left to go in the first quarter. Parker in at the free safety position. Moss takes a snap. Play action, misses the intended receiver. Flag on the field after the throw from the side judge. Let's see what that call is. Coleman, the intended receiver, but there is a flag down on the near sideline. See which way they're going to mark this one off. Illegal player downfield for Hopkinsville. So that will back up the visiting Tigers. Bob, Caldwell County has to cover everybody, of course, not saying they can focus on one kid and not somebody else, but you have to know where number one for Hopkinsville is going to be on every play tonight.
And double coverage, Dennis, is probably what I would think that we would want to do. Let the other guys beat us, not Mercer.
Mercer only had the one catch against Mayfield last week. That was for 44 yards. So they really contained him well. First down and 15 coming up for Hopkinsville. They'll put 2 receivers each way. They'll bring Mercer in motion to the near sideline. 3 receivers to the right. Moss looking around, is going to have to scramble. Good pressure in the backfield. Moss slides back at the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10 coming up for Hopkinsville.
Pickup of what the penalty was on that play, pickup of 5 yards.
Ticking down near 9 minutes left in the first quarter. Hopkinsville scored on their first possession. They lead 8-0. Good Caldwell County crowd on hand tonight. Decent crowd for Hopkinsville on the other side. Moss has one back in the backfield. He's going to switch his tight end to the left side. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff in the backfield. Caldwell County had him pinned. Davis missed the tackle, but he's going to be corralled for a big loss. Carnahan and company is going to come in.
Well, they gave him a favorable spot on that.
Yeah, they give him forward progress still at the 34-yard line. But a big loss for Hopkinsville will bring up 3rd and long coming up.
Loss of 8 yards on that play. 3rd and 18 for the Hopkinsville Tigers.
Like the penetration on that one. Davis was in the backfield, had the initial tackle almost sewed up, but he delayed the runner long enough for his teammates to come in and wrap it up. Moss now swing pass to the far side. Big hit as soon as he catches it. Xavier Bumpus. Xavier Bumpus put shoulder pads in a stomach and brought that receiver down in his tracks. Great defensive stand by Caldwell County brings up 4th down and long.
4th and 24 for Hopkinsville.
Yeah, that entire series set up by the illegal man down field call on 1st down, and that's something that Tiger head coach Will Barnes was lobbying for on the previous series, so it paid dividends here.
Hopkinsville set to punt. Caldwell County and whistles blow again, as we were going to say. Caldwell County has a receiver back near their own 40. It's going to be a timeout, Caldwell County. We'll take a quick break. 8-0 Hopkinsville leads. Caldwell County to get the football after this.
Are you struggling to afford health care and medications? Let Health First help you. Whether you are insured, uninsured, or underinsured, you will still be cared for at Health First Community Health Center. We offer financial and prescription assistance to all those that qualify, which is based on income and household size. Contact our office at 1-877-667-7017 for more information, or visit our website, healthfirstchc.net. Same-day appointments and walk-ins are welcome. At Health First, your health is our first concern.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium. Hopkinsville looking at a 4th and 24. Caldwell County dropping back. Xavier Bumpus to the Tiger proximal area, the 40-yard line. And for the call here on 4th down, my friend Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. It's Xavier Bumpus set up at his 40. Hopkinsville will put this one in the air probably from about the 17. Kick is up, low line drive kick. Takes a Hopkinsville bounce, a big one, and it'll be down at the Caldwell County 25-yard line. Not an exceptionally pretty kick, but effective as it took a big roll from about the 40 and stops at the 25-yard line. Number 1, Luke Parker brings the offense out for Caldwell County. 7:09 on the clock. Wind picking up a little bit, Bob. Kind of at the back of Caldwell County here in the first quarter, but you see the flag standing up much more than it was during the Farmers Bank pregame show.
Well, it is getting a little bit windier, and you're right. The flag is not straight, but almost.
Looks like Carnahan and Mobley in the backfield. Handoff to the left back.
Pick up of 5 yards on the play. Nice run by Jameis.
Caldwell County really running the ball well.
Guys, the wind has picked up just a little bit down here. I think the Tigers have the wind at their back right now, so kind of waiting to see them take a shot down the field. Those DBs for Hoptown really creeping up.
Caldwell County had a trip set to the left. They're going to put a player in motion now. 2 receivers each side. Carnahan in the back. Dropping back, Parker goes back to the far side. Complete to Bumpus. He shakes a tackle across the 40. He's across midfield. A foot race down the sideline. He's pushed out of bounds near the Hopkinsville 30-yard line. I think they'll spot him out of bounds a little bit farther back, but a big run after the catch by Xavier Bumpus. It will be a Lake Barkley CrossFit first down. You can never be too healthy, too strong, or in too good a health. Lake Barkley CrossFit has classes designed for anyone at any fitness level and always free to come and try. Lake Barkley CrossFit, where the athletes train. Big gain. Xavier Bumpus on a nice curl. He had some good blocking on that far side too, Bob. Something that Coach Barnes looked to clean up this week.
Pick up a 35 yards on that pass play.
Extra tight end for Caldwell County. Bumpus comes into motion. 2 receivers now to the right side. Jacob Chambliss, one of the receivers, hands off, goes to Carnahan. Flag on the play. Initial signal, this one against Caldwell County.
I think we had too many men in the backfield. One of those 2 guys on this side, Dennis, one of them should have been on the line of scrimmage.
Carnahan had a pretty good gain on the play of about 4, but I think it's going to be wiped out by the penalty. Tigers will back up 5 yards. And the ball will be spotted at the 40. Kind of an ill-designed looking play from our vantage point because you had the 2 receivers on the near side, one in motion and the other went in motion the other way at the same time.
Or maybe 2 men in motion at the same time.
It's going to back Caldwell County up to the 40. And I'm changing Jacob to Logan on this thing before I say it any more this season. Caldwell County, 2 receivers to the right. Handoff to the left back. A tough 3 yards on the pickup. See who that was on the carry. Looks like number 3, Cooper Mobley. Mobley, a good-sized kid. He's a 6', 205-pound freshman. When you have size like that and a little bit of effort, you're not going to stay off the field very much, and he's getting some playing time quite a bit as a freshman. Had a great game, I thought, early in the year against Christian County defensively.
He gained 2 yards on that play. It brings up 2nd and 13 for the Tigers.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Carnahan in the backfield with Parker. Carnahan in motion. Parker, design keeper, gets across the 35, still on his feet, tripped up at the 30. Let's take it to the 29-yard line on a good run by Luke Parker, a design keeper. A little bit of a delay on it, little draw. But again, 3rd down and manageable now. 3rd and 4 coming up for the Tigers. A lot better than the 3rd and 13s and more last week against Madisonville.
Luke, a 9-yard carry on that keeper. Designed all the way, as Dennis says.
Camden Wolford into the ball game. He's one of 3 receivers to the far side. Parker under center. First time we've seen this. Now he's going to back out of it. Caldwell County shifts back around. Extra tight end in. 1 receiver each side for Caldwell County. Handoff again to Mobley. Mobley hits the line. Stopped just short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and about 1.
Down to the 26-yard line. Pickup of 3.
He's got to get past the 25. Decision time early for Caldwell County. 4.5 left here in the first quarter. Hopkinsville leads this one 8-0. Caldwell County on a good drive. Tigers are going to go for it on 4th down. And I think it's Christian County wanting to talk this over. We'll see if it is a timeout. Teams are going. Christian County with the timeout. back after this.
Running a successful business takes planning, patience, and a whole lot of elbow grease. We believe you have what it takes in spades. That's why First Southern National Bank is here to support the growth of your business with solutions for working capital loans, online services, checking, and treasury management. Prioritizing relationships built on true care for you and your employees is what makes our approach different. Get to know us at fsmb.net, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium, and it's 4th down, and I'm going to make Bruce McAllister wiggle a little bit. That's a long one or short two, Dennis, on 4th down here.
And Caldwell County's going to go for it, and I'm about as bad, Bob. I'm trying to go ahead and go through with the merger. As I mentioned, Christian County, of course, Hoptown on the field tonight against the Tigers. By the way, that merger put off for a couple of years. It may be 2 seasons before these two teams take the field as one in Hopkinsville and Christian County.
Key play here early in the game. If we can sustain this.
4th and 1 for the Tigers.
Landon Davis in the block. Caldwell County with a loaded line right here. Deep back is Carnahan. Carnahan gets the first down and then some all the way across the 20 down to the 19. So a Lake Barkley CrossFit first down for Caldwell County.
Pickup of 7 yards on the play.
Some of the best blocking we've seen all season long. As we go under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter, Caldwell County trying to put their first score of the night up.
And that's what Coach Barn was saying. If we could get everybody blocking correctly, we can pick up the 6 or 7 yards, not just 2.
Yeah, you're not getting anywhere with 9 players doing something out of 11. You need the whole 11 on there. Parker in the backfield, Carnahan to his left shoulder. And it's a Caldwell County timeout. I think Coach Barnes saw something on the field lining up he didn't like. We'll take a quick timeout and be back. Caldwell County trails this one 8-0.
Your local McDonald's wants you to know that they are ready to serve you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine-in or the drive-thru is always open, and they offer curbside pickup service. To avoid the wait in the drive-thru, you can download the McDonald's app and try curbside pickup. Stop in soon and enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at your local McDonald's. Proud to be a part of this community. McDonald's of Princeton, proud supporters of the Caldwell County Tigers.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium. 3 minutes, 54 seconds to play in the first quarter. Caldwell County utilizing their second timeout of the evening, and I think it's a really appropriate timeout to be sure everybody's on the same page and we know what's going on. Tigers returning to the field, and for the call here at 1st and 10, my friend Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. And we have clarified that D-Man Thompson, not in uniform, will not play this evening, missing with that lower leg injury. Parker out of the gun, a couple of backs in the backfield. Handoff is going to try to get outside. It's Carnahan gets to the 10, hits a tackle, keeps churning, stayed in bounds and kept those legs moving. And it'll pay off for another Lake Barkley CrossFit first down. This one just inside the 5. We'll call it the 4-yard line. That was a strong run.
With the gain, it's a first down Tigers.
Running hard, Dennis. He's almost can't stop him for a 1 or 2 yard gain. He's gonna churn and get the 4 or 5 yards.
You talk about keeping legs moving. He had a couple of guys hit him just outside the 10. He drove everybody down to the 4, so Carnahan puts Caldwell County in business. It's Mobley and Carnahan in the backfield with Parker. Parker takes a snap, handoff again to Carnahan. Hits the line, and I don't think any gain on that one, the way they're going to spot that one. So Caldwell County will have 2nd and goal coming up. Hopkinsville really crowding that box, Bob. I don't know if this is one where you try to do something a little bit fancy, get it to the outside, or maybe just a rollout or a pitch. Hopkinsville with all 11 players, 10 of them right in the box. One is covering on Chambliss here in the corner. Caldwell County with Parker taking the snap. Again, handoff up the middle. Caldwell County pushing. Positive yardage on this one, but still shy of the goal line.
Maybe
2-yard line is where the spot will be.
Well, I think
third
James
down and goal.
His way into that pile of guys for a couple extra yards. Looked like he was stopped pretty quick and just kept moving and kept squirming and got a couple of yards out of it.
I think he also had the help of a lineman with a push in the back trying to give him a little bit of added inertia down through there. So third down and goal. Caldwell County looking to get on the board with 2:22 left to go in the first quarter. I formation set up. You've got Landon Davis also in the block. Handoff in the backfield. This one's going to be close, but still just outside the goal line. Carnahan got down to about the 1. So do you keep it on the ground up the middle and try to barrel through, Bob, or have you got everybody sucked in enough to maybe roll Parker out to that left side?
I don't think I'd pass it, Dennis. I think if I did anything, it'd be like we did on first down a while ago. Either try to run wide, get him into the end zone, and I'd run it to the short side, not the long side.
Parker's going to go under center, I formation. Hand off to Carnahan out of the backfield. Touchdown, Tigers. Great lead block by Mobley. And Caldwell County on the board with 1:27 left to go in the first quarter, 8-6. That was a nice play set up out of that I formation. Mobley hit his block, and Carnahan able to go off the shoulder and into the end zone.
Too early to start chasing points here, guys, so we're going to kick the extra point.
Absolutely. With a good drive like that, you don't want to end it with a disappointment. So it's going to be Sutton Ritchie. Extra point attempt is up. And it is no good.
Missed it to the right.
So with 1:27 left in the first quarter, it's Hopkinsville 8, Caldwell County 6. Back after this.
Celebrate 25 years of Planters Bank with 2,500 points. Introducing the Planters Bank 25-year celebration special. Earn 2,500 You Choose Rewards points and get a free Visa check card with every new checking account open. And they'll add 2,500 You Choose Rewards points to your Visa check card balance. That's like getting $25 in your account before you even get started. That's their way of celebrating 25 years with you. Planters Bank, 25 years of great things. Member FDIC.
For 71 years, WPKY has been your proven source for information, news, and sports. As we continue our legacy, join us weekdays at 6:30, 7:30, noon, and 5. Plus, 24/7 when you need it at WPKYonline.com and worldwide on the free WPKY app. The complete coverage you deserve from a proven partner. No fees. The way it should be. We are 1580 103.3 WPKY.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium. An extra point that we just missed, brought to you by Goodwin Insurance, your locally owned independent insurance agency capable of handling all your insurance needs. Goodwin Insurance is a proud sponsor of Caldwell County Athletics. Kicking off is Timothy Nichols. For the call, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Nichols is going to try the same play we opened the game with. This one is caught at the 28-yard line. So Hopkinsville will take over in decent field position.
Well, the officials blew their whistle too early the first time. This time nobody wanted to blow it, and it was a fair catch. You know, if you're the receiver, you're just kind of sitting there, wide open to a big hit because nobody's blowing the whistle.
Nobody's blowing the whistle. Somebody is going to come in and get a bell rung if you play through till the whistle. I want to remind everybody our timeouts this season brought to everyone by Travis Construction and Concrete for all of your construction and concrete needs, as well as driveways, porches, foundations, basement walls, decorative concrete, remodels, and more. Good luck, Tigers, and here's to building a successful year from Travis Construction and Concrete. Hopkinsville, ball spotted at the 29-yard line. Mercer in motion is going to take the handoff out of the backfield, and he's going to be thrown down for no gain. Caldwell County had Carnahan finish it off. We'll see who the Tiger is getting up out of the bottom of the pile, and that's Davis. Davis wrapped him up low. Carnahan finished it high. And they're going to give him looks like on the far sideline, a little bit of a loss. We'll call it a 1-yard loss. 2nd and 11 coming up for Hopkinsville as we go under a minute to play in the first quarter.
I would call that a long 10 or short 11, Dennis.
Hopkinsville, 2 receivers to the left, 1 singled out to the right. Handoff out of the backfield. He's got some room across the 40, 50. It's a foot race down to the 40 of Caldwell County, brought down just outside the 30. We'll check the number on the runner for Hopkinsville. It looked like number 11, DeAndre Coleman. Big kid, 5'11", but 215 pounds. Didn't run like he weighed 215, did he, Bob? He got through that hole quick.
He was quick. And down to the Tiger 30-yard line.
First down for Hopkinsville at the Caldwell County 30. Still 35 seconds left on the first quarter clock.
40-yard run on that play by the Hopkinsville running back.
Mercer's going to be in the backfield. Zach Moss is listed at 6'6", and he looks it as he stands next to a couple of backs. So a tall quarterback can see over the line well. And handoff is going to go to Mercer. Mercer reverses field. Gets back across the 30, still on his feet, finally hit at the 15-yard line. Bobby wanted to go left on that play, but it was closed off by Caldwell County. Turned, went right, found a seam, and it's another first down for Hopkinsville to the Caldwell County 15-yard line.
Speaking of the quarterback, Zach, who is the quarterback?
Zach Moss.
Zach Moss is committed to the UK baseball team. Dennis, he's an outstanding baseball player.
It's Hopkinsville with 2 receivers now to the left, 1 to the right. Mercer is the inside receiver on the left side. Coleman in the backfield with Moss. Moss gets set, standing at his own, at the Caldwell County 20-yard line. Play clock down to 6. And whistles will stop this one. Is it another timeout on the field? Both teams leaving the sideline.
They say that's the end of the first quarter, guys. The clock wasn't running, so I think the officials were keeping it on the field. I'm not sure what our issue is with the clock tonight, but the 40-second play clock's not starting on time, and the clock should have run out there, and it never started either.
All right, end of 1. It's Hopkinsville 8, Caldwell County 6. Back after this.
At Caldwell Medical Center, our transitional care patients receive the same care as they would in a skilled nursing facility, including physical, occupational, respiratory, speech therapies, and more. Every situation is unique. We help our patients reach their personal goals for independent living, all delivered with the care and compassion our patients deserve. Right here, close to home. For more information, visit caldwellmedical.com.
This is Alan Watts with Your Ag Edge, inviting you to join me Monday through Friday at 5:30 a.m. for the WPKY Morning Ag Report. We check in daily with Caldwell County Agriculture Extension Agent Shane Bogle, get the latest from fellow farm broadcaster Max Armstrong, take a look at the latest livestock market reports, hear the latest edition of Traveling the Bluegrass, and check the opening grain market with Hopkins Elevators Ben Westerfield. That's the Morning Ag Report from Your Ag Edge Network on 103.3 FM and 1580 AM WPKY.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium. Caldwell County retreating back to their 15-yard line. Hopkinsville will have it 1st and 10 after a long 40-yard run, followed up by a 15-yard run. As Dennis mentioned, Mercer sweeping left, got hung up, reverses field, and were able to pick up 15 yards. He's a tough runner to bring down, Dennis.
Hopkinsville back out to start the second quarter, leading this one 8-6 over Caldwell County. 1st and 10 from the Caldwell County 15-yard line. Moss with 1 back in the backfield to his left shoulder. 2 receivers to the left, and you got to keep an eye on Mercer. He's the inside receiver. Snap is back to Moss. Handoff comes to the right side. Hit at the 10. Big hit by Caldwell County. That was number 73 for Caldwell County. Cole Sherrill laid a smack. Hopkinsville able to hold on to the football, though.
Pick up a 5 yards on the play, though.
So 5-yard pickup puts the ball at the 10-yard line. 2nd down and 5. In the backfield, Bob, it looks like number 2, Jovan Jackson. Moss out of the shotgun. Excuse me, that's number 8. Complete, though, to number 18 on the little flare to the right side, and he finds his way into the end zone for a touchdown, Hopkinsville. Number 18, Trayshawn Matt, with the touchdown reception from the 10. He caught the ball, just a little flare-out pass on the right side, cut it back in, and just run a little diagonal lane up the middle. Hopkinsville out in front now, 14-6. Again, trying the hyper shift on the extra point attempt. And a Caldwell County timeout. We'll take 30 seconds to be back. 14-6 Hopkinsville.
If you're involved in an auto accident, it's your choice where your vehicle is repaired. Some insurance companies refer you to pro shops because they give the insurance company discounts. But with those discounts, the insurance company has input on the parts used and might not always use what is best. At Trice Hughes Body Shop, they're not partnered with an insurance company, but they give the same lifetime limited warranty to the person who owns the vehicle at the time of repairs. Visit Trice Hughes in Princeton for your vehicle repairs.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium. That timeout was brought to us by Travis Concrete and Construction. See them for your construction and concrete needs, as well as driveways, porches, foundation, basement walls, decorative concrete, remodels, and more. Good luck, Tigers. Here's to building a successful year from Travis Construction Concrete. With the amount of concrete needing to be poured for these two homes, I think they're going to be busy for the next 12 months.
11-17 left in the second quarter. Second quarter, of course, brought to us by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. Hopkinsville actually going to go for the conventional extra point attempt here. Snap is back and down. Kick is up. It's got plenty of distance, but no good. Hook to the left. So with 11-17 left in the first half, it's Hopkinsville 14, Caldwell County 6. Back after this.
For 25 years, La Potosina Mexican Restaurant has been your choice for authentic Mexican food. They appreciate your business through the years. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Pair your favorite meals with your favorite margarita. Enjoy dining in or call in for carryouts. Call 270-365-3848 to place your order. La Potosina Mexican Restaurant with locations in Princeton and Marion. Be sure to follow them on Facebook. And thanks again for 25 great years.
Chick-fil-A of Hopkinsville wants to salute the outstanding achievements of our area student-athlete. Each week, a student-athlete will be chosen based on academics, athletics, and achievements. Watch for the Chick-fil-A AAA Young Person of the Week at yoursportsedge.com. Academics, athletics, and achievements. The Chick-fil-A AAA Young Person of the Week at yoursportsedge.com.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Caldwell County dropping back deep to receive the kickoff. Caldwell County will be marching from your right to left here in the second quarter. And for the kickoff coverage, my friend Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Caldwell County trails this one 14-6. Hopkinsville with several big yardage plays here so far in the first half. That's what Caldwell County has got to cut down to stay in this ball game. But other than that, Bob, I think a much more inspired effort by the Tigers this week.
Much more inspired effort.
Set to kick off. Hopkinsville has it teed at the 40. They kick this one away. It's going to go to Carnahan, fielded at his 3-yard line. Brings it back up the middle, looking to make a cut. Hit and brought down at the 25-yard line. He saw number 8 in his way and didn't try to go around him. Bob said, I could go over you just as easy. That was Darius King taking a lick, but still bringing Carnahan down. So Caldwell County will have 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. 11-11 on the clock. Parker in the backfield has Carnahan and also Mobley. And into the ball game for the first time we have called his name tonight, Bob, is number 12, Eli Stevens. He will be the receiver to the near side. Caldwell County with one receiver each way will pick up the far side receiver during this play. Parker goes back, fakes it. Now he's going to keep it. Good outside block by Mobley, and Parker takes it out of bounds after a gain out to the 32-yard line.
He gets it across the 30 to about the 32-yard line.
Logan Chambliss was the far side receiver.
Lee for Hopkinsville.
A good clear out block by Mobley ahead for Parker.
2nd and 3 for the Tigers on that 7-yard pickup by Luke Parker.
Carnahan to the right shoulder. Same formation. Then they're going to add, there 2 receivers on the left side. Stevens and Mobley. Mobley in the slot. Parker moves Carnahan to his left shoulder. Carnahan takes the handoff, ducks one tackle, hit, maybe a pickup of 1. Carnahan really running the ball well, Bob, but he is taking some pretty good hits. Caldwell County Tiger down on the field, holding his back. So a timeout on the field. We'll take 30 seconds and try to identify this player. Back after this.
You Ride in Princeton just might buy your vehicle. They are always looking for quality inventory. So if you would like to sell yours, talk to the nice folks at You Ride. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, You Ride is here. They are hometown proud and here to deliver the same great customer service they always have. Stop by or call for an appointment with one of their sales specialists. Call 270-365-3018. On-the-lot financing is available. You can even apply online at uridesales.com. You Ride on the Marion Road in Princeton. Hometown proud.
And welcome back to Tiger Stadium. The injured Tiger looks to be number 64, Maurice Seals, and he's walking off a little gingerly, as we say.
Yeah, holding that right hip or back area as he comes off, probably a helmet to the backside.
One of those hip pointer, possibly. We'll see whether he gets back in the game or not, but it's going to bring up 3rd and 2 for the Tigers on that 1-yard pickup by Jameis on that last carry.
Our third down plays, we've had a lot of third downs, but still manageable yardage, anywhere from 2 to 5 yards. So that's been a big key for Caldwell County to keep some possessions here tonight.
We've only thrown the ball twice so far tonight, Dennis. One of those a 40-yard gain.
Extra tight end, hand off to Carnahan. He's going to have the first down and then some. Lake Barkley CrossFit first down out to the 36-yard line. Good hard run, and Caldwell County really blocking well on that line. But like you said, not a lot of air time for Luke Parker tonight. They've kept the ball predominantly on the ground.
And this is one of those situations where it's if we can pick up 4 or 5 yards and we can keep control of the ball, it keeps it out of Hopkinsville's hands.
Chambliss is going to come out of the ball game. It's going to be number 15, Wofford, on the far side, and number 81 into the game is Luke Maddox. He will take the place of Chambliss, so it's Wofford and Maddox on the far side. 2 receivers each way. Parker puts Carnahan in motion. Parker's going to keep it himself, gets through the line, gain over the 40, out to the 45. Not quite a first down, but an excellent run by Luke Parker. Is that about the 3rd design keeper for Parker tonight at least? He hit the hole well. 2nd down and 1 for the Tigers. 9:40 left in the first half. 14-6 Hopkinsville.
And again, it's ball controlled by the Tigers.
And probably by design just as well.
Yes.
To try to extend these possessions. 1 receiver far side, 2 to the left. Parker set for the snap. Hopkinsville showing blitz. Hands off to Carnahan, and the blitz got through. Carnahan just nowhere to go. Is going to be thrown down for about a 2 or 3 yard loss.
On the stop for Hopkinsville. Number 52, Meadows.
Hopkinsville really clogged up that line on that play with the blitz coming through. Ball back to the 43-yard line.
Brings up with that 2-yard loss, 3rd and 3 now for the Tigers.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
And there was a flag on the field they are going to wave off. So 3rd and 3, Caldwell County trying to answer the last Hopkinsville score. Parker with Carnahan. 2 receivers to the right side of Parker. Parker drops back, looks out, complete to Chambliss at the 43, makes a cut.
There's a first
and
down.
Enough for a Lake Barkley CrossFit first down, just shy of midfield. I think they'll give him forward progress to the 48.
Let's call it the 48.
I like the 48.
First down, Tigers.
A Our buddy Frankie Brown likes the 48, so we're all in agreement. Frankie Brown, an old classmate of mine from many years ago, does a great job here as the PA announcer for Caldwell County. Lake Barkley CrossFit first down. Tigers keep the drive going. Third down conversion, much better percentages than last week already. Two receivers to the left, two backs in with Parker. Handoff on the far side, not much of a gain, probably back to the line of scrimmage for Jameis Carnahan.
Guys, just being able to pick up a couple of yards, though, on a screen pass is big to get that first down. That enables you to keep the drive going. Like you guys mentioned, you keep the other team's offense off the field. That's what the Tigers did not do last week over at Madisonville, and that's kind of why that game got out of hand.
Yeah, much better job all around by Caldwell County. They'll come back to the line of scrimmage. Second down, they're going to say second down and 11, a yard loss on the play. Parker takes a snap out of the shotgun, drops back, gets decent protection, goes down the field, and maybe a little bit of confusion. Look for Chambliss, but that one about 15 yards over Chambliss's head. I'm not sure if Chambliss didn't come across the middle, and Parker wanted the deep post on that one. Incompletion stops the clock with 7:19 left to play in the first half. Stay tuned for the Little Caesars halftime report with Todd down on the field. We'll be going down at halftime for all the stats. Moment in Caldwell County High School football history, so a lot still to come at halftime. Always an enjoyable halftime.
Tigers facing a third down and 10.
Bob, one of the things you get with a breeze going on here at Tiger Stadium, you smell the hot dogs and popcorn, and you wish that they had the delivery service a little bit. Parker in the backfield. Wants to throw again, gets a little pressure, goes sideline. He was looking for Richardson, double covered.
Parker's pass is incomplete. Was intended for
that one incomplete, and probably just as well, because in coverage on that double coverage was Mercer, and if he gets it, you're not going to chase him down in the open field back the other way. So that's one of those live to fight another day throws. Good play, good smart play by Luke Parker. Brings out Timmy Nichols to punt as Caldwell faces 4th and 11 with 7:15 left to go in the first half. Nichols will do the punting. It had been Parker doing it the first couple of games, so that's one of the switches this week. Nichols kicks, flag on the near sideline. This one goes out of bounds. And I'm thinking Caldwell County maybe left early. Flag on the play on the near sideline. We're going to check and see what that is. It is against Caldwell County. I think an illegal shift.
Hey, guys, while we have a second, a couple of notes here. The play clock is being kept by the back judge now, so if you guys haven't mentioned that, everybody need to check with that guy. He'll put his arm up at 10 seconds and then count down the last 5. And I don't know if you guys have mentioned this or not, but Xavier Bumpus over here on the sideline with his shoulder pads off, so I'm not sure where we're going to see him again.
Injuries seem to have a way of popping up on this young team this year that are really just inopportune as can be. Thank you, Todd, for that report. That's a Go Green Field report. We appreciate our friends at Go Green Lawn Care. Not only a good business, a good neighbor, Bob. Enjoy having them as neighbors, and they do a great job. You need some yard work done, some landscaping, give Adam a call at Go Green. Eli Stevens is going to be the far side receiver. Caldwell County, the far side outlet man. Pressure on the punt. Going to have to keep it, and Hopkinsville is going to get great field position. They had pressure in the backfield. I don't think that was a designed run on that one, but Nichols had to keep it, gets it back to the 43, but Hopkinsville is going to take over in great field position.
1st and 10 at the Tiger 43-yard line.
So not the best last couple of minutes for Caldwell County offensively, and Hopkinsville will put it in play at the Caldwell County 43-yard line. 7:04 left in the first half. 14-6 is your score. Hopkinsville leads this one. It's Moss in the backfield. He's going to keep a couple of backs in with him. Caldwell County showing a little pressure on the outside. Moss drops back. Wolford drops into coverage. Moss over the middle, complete at the 25-yard line. That was number 13 on the reception on a really nice catch. Jaquez Coleman. I thought that ball was going to be low the whole way, Bob. No way he could come up with it. Laid it out and brings it in at the 25-yard line of Caldwell County. Mercer is going to join a set of receivers, 3 to the left for Zach Moss. He's got the lone receiver to the right. Caldwell County man-to-man. Moss drops back, looks deep, gets good protection. Davis comes in at the last second for the hit. Pass is reeled in on a nice completion at the 10-yard line to Mercer. Parker, I thought, was going to break that one up. A gain down to the 10-yard line. Let's call it the 9-yard line now, so it's going to be 1st and goal for Hopkinsville as they threaten here with 6.5 to play in the first half. Mercer in the slot on the left side. Moss has one back in the backfield to his left shoulder. Fakes the handoff, lob over the middle, touchdown. Way too easy to Deshaun Mercer. So a 9-yard touchdown pass, Moss to Mercer. Mercer having a monster night here at Tiger Stadium. That increases the lead to 20-6. We'll see what Hopkinsville does if they want to go extra point or 2-point conversion. Looks like they're going to try for 2. They've got that offset lineup, and they'll shift it over. And I think they have drawn a flag each of the 3 times they have tried this. Flag on the play. Illegal motion against Hopkinsville. Bob, if it's not clean the first 2 times, I don't know why it makes you think it's going to be clean the third. But the backup, and we'll take it because it benefits Caldwell County. But it is just an ugly setup to begin with. They're going to try it again here. Mercer is set up to take the direct snap. Deshaun Mercer, the only player in the backfield, line offset to the left. And the snap is sideways. The pitch out to Mercer. Mercer has it knocked loose, flagged from the end zone. Ball goes out of bounds on the far sideline on the 2-point attempt. We'll see who the flag is called on. You would assume it's holding against Hopkinsville. 20-6 is your score. And Hopkinsville staying on the sideline like it is against them. We'll get the call from the official in the white cap.
Hey, guys, on that touchdown pass, Coach Barnes was saying that Hopkinsville had a lineman past the goal line on the play, which would have been a lineman downfield. Tigers didn't get that play. Xavier Bumpus has a problem with his back guy, so I'm not sure we'll see him again tonight.
He took a hit earlier. You saw him come off the field. So the 2-point try is unsuccessful. 6:15 to play in the first half. We'll take 30 seconds to be back. Hopkinsville 20-6.
Fortner Gas Company has been serving the propane needs of Western Kentucky for 70 years. You'll find offices in Princeton and Cadiz. They're your local and family-owned propane supplier. Browse their website to discover the many services and products available. You can shop in person or online, and they can answer any and all questions in person or on the phone. If they're already your propane supplier, they say thank you. If they're not, they would love to be. Fortner Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
And welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Hopkinsville kicking off to the Tigers. And for the call here, my friend Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. That's a couple, if Todd is correct with what Coach Barnes said down there, that the officials maybe missed another one. That's 2 crucial calls that have resulted in Hopkinsville touchdowns so far here in the first half. The kickoff is going to roll into the end zone. Tigers will bring it out to the 20-yard line. The very first play of the game as Hopkinsville kicked off, it looked like they fumbled and Caldwell County recovered, but an apparent inadvertent whistle kept it with Hopkinsville. 2 big pass plays to Mercer and a couple of runs, and Hopkinsville on the board fast in this one. So Caldwell County will come out now, trailing this one 20-6. Caldwell County has looked a lot better this week, but still find themselves in a 2-score hole. Parker puts Mobley in motion. Luke drops back. Now he's going to scramble to his right. Wants to pull up. And he's going to get hit, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. You get a little bit nervous when those backs hold that ball up around the shoulder pads trying to dodge somebody. Last thing you want is a helmet on that football in this field position.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Maybe a tad
actually,
bit
they
of
put
a
him
loss.
back at a 1-yard loss back to the 19 on that one. So Parker looking to the sideline. He has Mobley and Carnahan in the backfield with him. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Eli Stevens, the near side receiver for Caldwell County. Snap is back. Hand off to Carnahan. Carnahan hits the left side and gets the loss back +1. He'll be brought down at the 21. 3rd down and 9 coming up for Caldwell County. We'll take this one under 5 minutes to play in the first half before we get this one away. It is Stevens and Wofford on the near side for Caldwell County. Far side looks like it is Chambliss. Now they're going to bring Mobley over here to the near side, Wofford to the far side. 2 receivers set each way for Caldwell County. Carnahan in the backfield to the right side of Parker. Parker, little outlet pass to the far side. Receiver screen, picks up decent yardage on the far side. Logan Chambliss with the catch, but it's not going to be enough for a first down. It'll bring up 4th down for the Tigers. You're listening to Tiger Football on WPKY Princeton. Punt unit's going to come out as Timmy Nichols will do the kicking for Caldwell County. Bob, Hopkinsville has made some adjustments, obviously, since the early success by Caldwell County moving the football and keeping the drives alive. Offense is starting to stall a little bit for the Tigers, and Hopkinsville will take over probably around midfield.
And then when you have some of our players go out injured, and we haven't seen Gus Fox on the field tonight either.
Yeah, it's a good catch, Bob. We have not. Nichols gets the kick away. It's going to be a good kick. Hits at the 46, but digs in and stops, takes a Hopkinsville bounce, and it'll be down at the 47-yard line. 3:36 left to play here in the first half. Little Caesars halftime report with Todd down on the field coming your way shortly. Caldwell County will bring the defense back out. You got to suspect in this area, Bob, you're going to see a lot of Deshaun Mercer. We have yet to find a way to stop that young man, as few teams will. I mean, you had Mayfield do a good job against him last week, but this kid signed Division I football for a reason. Spread offense, empty backfield coming up for Hopkinsville. Moss sees 3 receivers to his left, 2 to the right. Moss drops back, has plenty of time, throws complete at the 30. Player falls down at the 28-yard line. Trying to pick his number up, Bob. It looked like number 13. And that is Jaquez Coleman.
24-yard gain that time by Hopkinsville.
Just threw it to where nobody was for Caldwell County. Found a little spot in there in the middle of the defense. So Hopkinsville on the march again. 3 receivers set to the right. Handoff in the backfield. Spin move gets out of a tackle. Positive yardage across the 25-yard line to the 23. That was number 8 on the carry for Hopkinsville, Darius Green. Landon Davis in on the tackle for Caldwell County. Hopkinsville content with using quite a bit of this clock. Their 2 goals right now are to score and to not leave Caldwell County with anything on the clock. Moss again, empty backfield, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. He looks back. Mercer on the far side. Throw over the middle. Almost intercepted, then almost into the hand on the deflection of a Hopkinsville player. Eventually incomplete. Kenyon Richardson got a hand on it, but it went off his hand and almost picked up in the end zone by Hopkinsville. But fortunately for Caldwell County, it falls incomplete, stopping the clock at 2:31 left to play in the first half. Hoptown Tigers lead this one 20-6. Third down coming up for the visitors. And they are taking some time to get the play in. Still, it's rare that you see a team ever go all the way back to a huddle. There's going to be a timeout on the field. 20-6 Hoptown. We'll be back in 30 seconds on WPKY.
For a delicious meal, try Kay's Kitchen in Princeton. They have great home cooking, just like Mom and Grandma used to do. Enjoy cooked-to-order breakfast every day, all day. Daily lunch specials include favorites like open-faced roast beef, grilled chicken tenderloins, country fried steak, smoked pork chops, and catfish and shrimp on Fridays. All your favorite veggies, too. And don't forget Kay's homemade desserts. Open Monday through Thursday, 5 to 2, Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 5:30 to 11. Kay's Kitchen, 501 North Jefferson Street, Princeton, 1 block from the courthouse.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. We have 2 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in the first half. Hopkinsville facing a 3rd and 5 from the Tiger 23-yard line. Dennis, you got some word on Gus Fox?
That's it. Said he is not in the lineup tonight. So no Gus Fox right now. We don't know if Xavier Bumpus will be back out. D-Man Thompson not in the lineup as well tonight. So injuries have not been kind to Caldwell County in this early season.
And Maurice Seals injured earlier in the game.
Absolutely.
We don't know whether he's back ready or not.
So it's going to be Hoptown. Handoff coming right, cuts it back up the middle. It's Mercer. Gets it inside the 20 and all the way down to the 16-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down again for Hopkinsville.
Hey, guys, I talked to D-Man just a few minutes ago. He has a broken leg. His right leg
broken.
is broken, so he's going to be out for a while.
The word we had before the game was just a bruised lower leg, so they did get some results back, and not favorable for Demarius Thompson.
He told me he would be back by basketball.
Well, that'll be great to see him in a basketball uniform, but he was a difference maker the few plays that he was able to play on the football team. So a big blow for Caldwell County there. Hopkinsville, handoff to number 8. Stutter steps, still on his feet and down near the 10-yard line was number 8, Darius Green.
Pickup of 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 4 for the Hopkinsville Tigers.
Clock under 2 minutes to go in the first half, 20-6. Hopkinsville looking to tack onto that lead as they go to the locker room. Moss at quarterback in his first season as starting quarterback for Hopkinsville. Keep an eye on Mercer lining up at the far side receiver. Handoff again goes to Coleman. Stutter steps, breaks through on the line, and almost to the goal line, stopped by the Tigers about 2 yards out. So just a quick back as number 8, Darius Green, Green on the carry. Parker made the stop for Caldwell County to so far keep them out, but it was enough for a first down. So 1st and goal from the 2. With still 1:28 to play in the first half. Moss, high snap, able to bring it down. Handoff and touchdown Hopkinsville. 3 straight carries for Darius Green. Puts the last one in the end zone for the visiting Tigers. And that score comes with 1:23 left to go in the first half. Now 26-6. Hopkinsville over Caldwell County. They're going to bring Moss back out from the sideline. And it looks like Moss is going to try the extra point to try to make this a 21-point lead. Hopkinsville hustling to get a player off the field. Now they're going to leave him back on. I'm not sure they have the right number of players and some confusion. Hopkinsville wanted a player off and then back on. So it is going to be a timeout. Hopkinsville, their last one, will take 30 seconds and be back for the extra point attempt. 26-6 Hoptown.
December 10th impacted our community in a way that we will never forget. Much was lost that night, some of which can never be replaced. In the days since, we have witnessed something that can never be taken away. The pride of our community, the resiliency of our people, and their resolve to rebuild. The road to recovery has begun. Farmers Bank wants to do our part to help those impacted by the storm. Let us walk you through the process with our Rebuild Construction Loan Special. Call us or apply online to get started. This is Jeff McDaniels, Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And we're back to Tiger Stadium. Hopkinsville lining up still will attempt the point by kicking, and for the call, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Large crowd. We're looking across parking all the way out on the road up to the high school, so a great home opener for Caldwell County crowd-wise. But right now the scoreboard not in our favor. Hopkinsville looks to make it a 21-point lead. Kick is up. Plenty of distance, and that one is good. So with 1:12 left to go in the first half, it's Hoptown 27, Caldwell County 6, back in 30 seconds.
Life is filled with moments. Moments we share with those we love, worry about, and strive to protect the most. At Woodman Life, we provide life insurance and retirement products to help protect you and your family so that you can enjoy all the moments to come.
This is Josh Ray, your local Woodman Life agent. Come see us at 1009 West Main Street or give us a call at 365-6111.
Certain eligibility and age restrictions apply. Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society, Omaha, Nebraska.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium. Hopkinsville to kick off to the Tigers. 1 minute, 12 seconds remaining in the first half. We will note that Caldwell County will get the ball to start the second half. But Dennis, for sure, we don't need any mistakes here for that if we have a chance to even be in this game midway in the third quarter.
Best we can hope for right now is to get a big break here with the last minute 12 and maybe put some points on the board to draw this one a little closer. Much better effort from Caldwell County in the first half, especially early, but Hopkinsville has really gone to Mercer quite a bit. Kick received at the 7-yard line. Carnahan gets to the outside at the 20, then pulled down from behind.
Number 20, Carnahan on the return. He brings it
So Caldwell County will have 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Let's go down for a Go Green report with Todd Griffin and see what's coming up at halftime.
Yeah, at halftime we'll have scores and stats to go with tonight's game. Caldwell County down 27-6 here at halftime. We'll also have our halftime moment in history. Got a good one for that tonight, so stay with us. And guys, maybe Caldwell can put some points on the board here right before the half and make this thing interesting going into the second half.
And I think instead, Todd, we're going to go with the victory formation, and we're just going to down this and go to the locker room where it's at 27-6, it appears. Caldwell County lining up in that formation. They've got Carnahan deep in case there is a fumble of any type. Official comes in and marks it down. They'll do that a couple more times. And Caldwell County will go to the locker room trailing this one 27-6. Lead official stepped in on that as they are keeping the play clock down there as well. Wanted to make sure that one started back up when it needed to. 27-6 in this one. Looking forward to some of those area halftime scores coming up as well during the Little Caesars halftime report. Kind of interested in that Paducah, Tillman, and Mayfield matchup, the 100th meeting of those schools. Parker Neals for the second time. He'll have to do it, or he won't have to do it anymore. That's going to take us to halftime, so we'll get a little bit of a quick start as the players leave the field at the half. It's Hopkinsville 27, Caldwell County 6. Back with the Little Caesars halftime report. We're going to stay here, and that's right, we're going to keep it with Coach Barnes as he's going to come down and find Todd on the sideline. And I think he's pretty close. We'll go down to the midfield line with Todd Griffin.
Thanks, Dennis. Down here with Tiger head coach Will Barnes. And Will, you're able to find a little offense there early in the game and able to move the ball on the ground, but still down 27-6 here at halftime.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if we played this well
the last 2 games, we're probably sitting here 2-0, and everybody thinks, we're going to win the Super Bowl. But so I'm proud of the way we played. We're getting nicked around and kind of scrambling to get guys in, and that just really hadn't played a lot. And we're fighting, we're hanging in there. They've done a good job, made some plays. We knew that was going to happen, but I'm proud of our effort, and I want to see that continue the second half. And this drive right here in the third quarter is a big time drive.
We talked last week about struggles on 3rd down and 4th down, but you guys have been a lot better on that tonight, it seems like.
Yeah, and I think the important thing is we've been a good down and distances. We've gotten a 3rd and 10 there, which isn't good, but the other ones have been pretty manageable. When you can do that, we're getting good movement up front. You can convert that stuff, so that's been an improvement for sure.
What do you talk to the guys about at halftime?
Well, we've got to stay after it, and this drive in the 3rd quarter, we got to get some points on the board to cut their lead down, and then just keep playing and keep plugging away. And if we'll do that, we'll get back in this thing and make it a game in the 4th quarter.
All right, Will, appreciate the time. Good luck second half.
Thanks, Todd.
That's Tiger head coach Will Barnes. Caldwell County down 27-6 here at halftime. But, guys, it has been a better effort tonight for the Tigers. And, again, that score last week looks ugly, and there's not anything you can really do about that now. But that game was competitive for 2.5 quarters. And once the Tigers got down, they kind of lost it a little bit. But this is a game where you've got to try to stay in this one. And, even if not for this game, you're trying to build something for next week and then the district games coming up.
All right, Todd, thank you for that report with Coach Barnes. And, Bob, thank you for reining me in before I went to the Little Caesars halftime report. Little Caesars halftime report is coming up. Todd will be down on the field after a break with Gary. They'll have all the stats, the moment in halftime history, and also we'll have area scores coming up. So a lot of stuff coming up on the Little Caesars halftime report. So stay tuned for that. That's next here on your home for Tiger Football, 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
You'll find over 30 years experience to work for you at U-Ride in Princeton. They are hometown proud and ready to serve your vehicle needs from start to finish, and they do it all safely. You'll find variety and quality vehicles along with on-the-lot financing. And of course, you can always apply online at uridesales.com. Stop by or call for an appointment today with one of their friendly sales staff at U-Ride on the Marion Road in Princeton, 270-365-3018. Hometown proud. Go Tigers!
Depositing checks into your Planters Bank checking account just got even easier. In addition to stopping by any of our convenient locations, you can now deposit checks for free, even on the go. It's like having a Planters Bank teller wherever you are. With a simple snap from your smartphone's camera, your check deposit is in the bank. Planters Bank Deposit. Reason number 43 that Planters is the bank where you can expect great things. Member FDIC.
As a community-owned enterprise, the Princeton Electric Plant Board provides services to the people in the Princeton area. One of the services they provide is to make sure the lights are on over our fields and courts for our Caldwell County Tigers. From everyone at the Princeton Electric Plant Board, good luck to all the Caldwell County Tigers and hopes for a safe season. And a big electric roar to their Tigers, Preston Burrell and Lily Hoare.
As with many aspects of our lives, how we bank is changing. First Southern National Bank provides flexible digital banking solutions so you can easily manage your financial life from your mobile device or computer. It's easy to pay bills, transfer money, deposit checks, view statements, budget and track spending, access real-time activity, and so much more. We also offer person-to-person payments and support a wide variety of digital wallets. Find out more by visiting fsmb.net. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your local McDonald's wants you to know that they are ready to serve you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine-in or the drive-thru is always open, and they offer curbside pickup service. To avoid the wait in the drive-thru, you can download the McDonald's app and try curbside pickup. Stop in soon and enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at your local McDonald's. Proud to be a part of this community. McDonald's of Princeton, proud supporters of the Caldwell County Tigers.
Do you want to get into the best shape of your life? Okay, let's be honest. Do you just want to get into some kind of shape? Then now's the time to get to Trilogy Performance Sports and take advantage of their $100 monthly family plan. This offer allows every member of the family living in the house to use the facilities at Trilogy as well as join the classes. What a deal! Don't wait. Get in shape. This offer is only for the month of September, so start exercising now and run to Trilogy Performance Sports to sign up. For more information, go to trilogyperformancesports.com.
Tomorrow night, Coach Stoops and the Cats kick off the season under the lights against a foe from the MAC, Miami University Redhawks, and your Kentucky Wildcats.
UK hits the gridiron to take on Miami of Ohio tomorrow. All the coverage begins at 4 on WKDZradio.com and
on 106.5 WKDZ.
This is Alan Watts with your Ag Edge, inviting you to join me Monday through Friday at 5:30 a.m. for the WPKY Morning Ag Report. We check in daily with Caldwell County Agriculture Extension Agent Shane Bogle. Get the latest from fellow farm broadcaster Max Armstrong. Take a look at the latest livestock market reports. Hear the latest edition of Traveling to Bluegrass and check the opening grain market with Hopkinsville Elevator's Ben Westerfield. That's the Morning Ag Report from your Ag Edge Network on 103.3 FM and 1580 AM WPKY.
The teams are in the locker room, and it's time for the Tiger Halftime Report on WPKY.
And we're back at Tiger Stadium. Caldwell County trails this one 27-6. Todd, you guys ready for the halftime report with Little Caesars halftime report?
Yeah, we're ready to roll.
Okay, take her away, buddy.
All right, it is halftime here at Tiger Stadium, and again, the Hopkinsville Tigers leading tonight 27-6 at the break. And as we mentioned before the game, we originally thought this would be the last time we would see the Tigers and the Tigers go at it, but the consolidation over with Hopkinsville and Christian County is going to take a little bit longer than we thought. So apparently we'll see Hoptown and Christian County again next season, and then in a couple of seasons we'll see the combined schools go at it. So not the end of the Tiger and Tiger rivalry just yet here in football and other sports. It is time now for the halftime scoreboard, brought to you by Madisonville Community College. Madisonville Community College is much more than buildings and programs. It's a community where students find confidence, collaboration, compassion, and success. Let them help you build a better life. Madisonville Community College. Big game in the area tonight going on. Paducah Tillman and Mayfield. That's a 14-10 Tillman lead. Second quarter is the latest score we have in on that game. Again, Blue Tornado up on the Mayfield Cardinals 14-10 in the second quarter. Just down the road in Marion, Madisonville North Hopkins, who we saw last week. Madisonville leads Crittenden County 21-14 there at halftime. This score may be a bit of a surprise up at Union County tonight. The Braves hosting Owensboro Catholic. And at halftime, Union County leads Owensboro Catholic 19-7. Christian County and Henderson County going at it at the Stadium of Champions in Hopkinsville tonight. We've got Tigers and Tigers here. It's Colonels and Colonels there. At halftime, it's Henderson County, though, with a big lead, 36-0 over Christian County. Hopkins County Central in the second quarter, leading Muhlenberg County 22-0 tonight. Graves County up 14-0 on McCracken County in the second quarter. And I heard you guys talking, Dennis and Bob, before the game about that North Point Christian trip in South Haven, Mississippi for Marshall County. Well, it's not going to be a nice drive back because North Point leads at 43-7 at halftime. A couple of games last night in the area. Trigg County with a big win over Murray, 35-34. The Wildcats thwarting a 2-point try by Murray in the fourth quarter of that game to hold on for the 1-point win. It's Trigg's first win over the Murray Tigers since 2008. One other game was played last night. Todd County Central beat Webster County 56-35. Looking ahead to tomorrow, no Caldwell County High School sporting events on the schedule for Saturday, but we will have Saturday morning quarterback live from the Biscuit Barn and Ice Cream Eatery at 9 o'clock. So come join us for that, as we'll be talking with Tiger head coach Will Barnes and the Tiger coaching staff. Also, if you're looking for college football tomorrow, the Kentucky Wildcats opening the season at home against Miami of Ohio. That's a 6 o'clock Central Time start. And, of course, you can hear that on WKDZ 106.5 FM tomorrow. As they say, UK is their middle name. WKDZ will have the broadcast of the Kentucky Wildcats and Miami. Again, kickoff there is 6 o'clock tomorrow. Here at halftime at Tiger Stadium, it's Hopkinsville 27, Caldwell County 6. The Tigers will get the ball to start the second half. Going to move right on to our halftime moment in history, brought to you by West Kentucky Memorials. West Kentucky Memorials, with locations in Princeton, Cadiz, and Hopkinsville. Proud supporter of Caldwell County football. Their son is a Caldwell County Tiger, senior Jameis Carnahan. Western Kentucky Memorials offers quality handcrafted granite memorials. West Kentucky Memorials with the halftime moment in history. We're going to go back to October 20th, 1961 in Hopkinsville. Caldwell got a 64-yard fumble returned by Ed Settle in the first half, but trailed at the break 12-7. However, Earl Stevens completed a 29-yard touchdown pass to Leslie Mallory for the game winner, and the Blue and Gold Tigers claimed a 14-12 victory over the Orange and Black Tigers that night. Caldwell finished 7-4 in 1961, then went 9-2 in 1962. And that set the stage for the undefeated state championship season of 1963. Caldwell went 13-0 that season with playoff wins over Owensboro, Lexington Lafayette, and then Fort Thomas Highlands in the championship game to claim the Class 2A state title in 1963. Again, though, our halftime moment in history from October of 61 at Hopkinsville, Caldwell picking up a 14-12 win over the Hoptown Tigers. That's the halftime moment in history, brought to you by West Kentucky Memorials. Stay with us. We'll continue with the halftime report presented by Little Caesars. Gary is standing by with the stats after this here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
I'm Clay Farless, and I'm a lender at Farmers Bank. From diapers to daycare to groceries, we are constantly looking for ways to save money at my house. We recently refinanced and saved more than a full % on our interest rate on a loan that was just over a year old. Rates are near all-time lows, so whether you're refinancing or buying, now's the time to apply online at yournxtbank.com. Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's an excellent time to purchase a new set of tires and take advantage of the new mail-in rebates of up to $200 on selected tires. Good tread depth and the correct air pressure in your tires can lead to improved fuel economy, increased handling and safety, more responsive braking, and a smoother ride. All things that make for a great summer road trip. Trice Hughes in Princeton is the one-stop shop for everything your vehicle needs. For more information, visit tricehughes.com. That's tricehughes.com.
The roof isn't just part of the house, it completes it. It makes you feel safe and secure, so it needs to be properly installed. The importance of having a high quality and well-maintained roof is what motivates Bluegrass Roofing to serve this area, using quality materials without excess cost. Bluegrass Roofing is a Master Elite GAF certified installer, fully licensed and insured. They thank you for voting them the best roofing company in Western Kentucky. For roofing and claim info, find them at bluegrassroofpros.com.
For a delicious meal, try Kay's Kitchen in Princeton. They have great home cooking, just like Mom and Grandma used to do. Enjoy cook-to-order breakfast every day, all day. Daily lunch specials include favorites like open-faced roast beef, grilled chicken tenderloins, country fried steak, smoked pork chops, and catfish and shrimp on Fridays. All your favorite veggies, too. And don't forget Kay's homemade desserts. Open Monday through Thursday, 5 to 2, Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 5:30 to 11. Kay's Kitchen, 501 North Jefferson Street, Princeton, 1 block from the courthouse.
For 71 years, WPKY has been your proven source for information, news, and sports. As we continue our legacy, join us weekdays at 6:30, 7:30, noon, and 5. Plus, 24/7 when you need it at WPKYonline.com and worldwide on the free WPKY app. The complete coverage you deserve from a proven partner. No fees, the way it should be. We are 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
County Tigers here at halftime. Welcome you back to Tiger Stadium and the halftime report presented by Little Caesars. An update on that Paducah-Mayfield game down in Mayfield tonight. That's gone halftime. Tillman with a 14-10 lead there. And also Graves County and McCracken County have gotten to halftime, and Graves County with a 24-0 lead there. So a couple of more scores on the Madisonville Community College scoreboard. Time now for halftime stats, brought to you by West Kentucky Memorials, with locations in Princeton, Cadiz, and Hopkinsville. Proud supporter of Caldwell County football, and their son is a Caldwell County Tiger. Jameis Carnahan, he's a senior. West Kentucky Memorials offers quality handcrafted granite memorials. West Kentucky Memorials brings you the halftime stats, and here's Gary Goodacre.
Good evening. Welcome to the halftime statistics brought to you from me, Gary Goodacre here, and we have Caldwell County. First of all, they have 23 rushing attempts for 66 yards total. The leading rusher for the Tigers of Caldwell is number 20, Jameis Carnahan, 13 attempts for 36 yards. Followed closely by Luke Parker on some scrambles. He was able to have 4 rushes for 25 yards. Luke Parker, the quarterback, was 3 of 6 passing. No interceptions. In fact, there's no turnovers for either team in the first half. 45 yards. The chunk of that to Xavier Bumpus on a 35-yard completion. Logan Chambliss, 2 completions for 5 yards each, a total of 10. That gives the Tigers 111 yards of total offense and 5 first downs for the first half. The Hopkinsville Tigers have rushed 13 times, and they obtained 89 yards rushing. Darius Green has the most rushes, 6 of them for 18 yards. Zach Moss had 1 carry for 5. Deshaun Mercer, 3 carries for 21. And number 11, who's not on the roster, had 1 big 41-yard run to account for most of, or close to half of, Hopkinsville's rushing output. Zach Moss, the quarterback for Hopkinsville, was an efficient 8 of 9, no interceptions, 122 yards. The majority of those yards went to Mercer with 4 receptions for 80 yards. Coleman has 13 yards, had 3 receptions for 37 yards, DeAndre Coleman. And number 18, Treshawn Matt, had 1 for 5 yards. That accounts for 122 yards passing. And the Hopkinsville Tigers had 10 first downs and 211 yards of total offense. Defensively for the Tigers, Luke Parker has 4 tackles, 2 solos, and 2 assists. Jameis Carnahan also has 4 tackles, 1 solo, and 3 assists. And Xavier Bumpus has 3 tackles, 1 solo, and 2 assists, and a deflection for Kenyon Richardson. So not a lot of tackles for the Tigers, but a lot of plays are passes that are either caught for touchdowns, or they fell in bounds and no one tackled them, or went out of bounds. So not a lot of tackles, but the Hopkinsville Tigers were fairly efficient on their offensive plays, so that accounts for that. So Todd, back to you for the second half preview.
All right, that's the halftime stats brought to you by West Kentucky Memorials. That's going to wrap it up from down here on the halftime report. Dennis, back up to you and Bob.
All right, thank you, Todd, for that. Just about 45 seconds before we kick off the second half. Caldwell County trails this one's 27-6 to Hopkinsville. So we'll keep it right here and get set for the start of the second half. Bob, some brighter spots for Caldwell County. Still, we've got to make sure to try to contain number 1, Deshaun Mercer. He's burned us a little bit early with 80 big receiving yards in this one. We moved the ball well, I thought, some in that first quarter. The second quarter, we started to get stopped a little bit with longer third down. So that's something that looked promising early for Caldwell County, but kind of clogged up as the half went along.
And you're right, Dennis. The thing that stood out to me was we got no pressure on Zach Moss in the first half. Whether we try to blitz in the second half, because we're really not shutting down their passing attack, so we might as well try to get 1 or 2 extra players after the quarterback and see what we can do there. Caldwell County out now on the field in kickoff return formation, and I'll let my buddy Dennis Stevens take the call from here.
Thank you, Bob. Second half kickoff is going to be brought to us by Purcell Tire. Let's kick off the season with a vehicle checkup with Purcell Tire in Princeton. Keep your vehicle running great with Purcell Tire on Highway 62 West in Princeton. Kick is away. It's picked up at the 10-yard line, out to the 20, 25, and hit. That's Kenyon Richardson.
On the return for the Tigers.
Nice return by Richardson out to the 25-yard line. Caldwell County will take over 1st and 10 and see if we can put together a good drive here to open the third quarter. Points on the board, that would be the ideal start for the Tigers.
Certainly 5 or 6 minute drive would be huge here.
Coach Barnes did say with Todd going into the locker room at halftime that it was very important to put points on the board with this first drive to get back into this one. Extra tight end in, 2 backs. Handoff goes to Mobley. Mobley tries to bounce it outside, and there to meet him was Hopkinsville. That's going to be a loss on the play. There are certain teams on our schedule it's going to be very hard to get outside of, and Hopkinsville is one of them. So the loss will end up with a loss of 3 on the play, 2nd and 13 for the Tigers.
No, that's where you want to run north and south, Dennis, as much as possible with teams that have outside speed.
Especially this deep in your own end. Single receiver set to the far side is it for Caldwell County. Parker gets set for the snap. Hands off again to Mobley. Mobley hits the line. A better run this time. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe about a half a yard. Tigers now facing 3rd, and we'll call it 3rd and 9. But, Bob, that's what we're trying to stay away from. We need more of the 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 2s like we were having some success with in that first quarter. Carnahan in the backfield with Mobley. Wofford checking out where he's going to line up. Now Carnahan's going to go in as a receiver. One receiver to the near side here towards the press box. Parker drops back, has some time. Flag in the backfield. Parker still scrambling. Throws at the last second, incomplete at the feet of Carnahan at the 40. And Parker takes a big hit, still on the ground. Now he's getting up. See what the flag in the backfield was. And it is a hold against Caldwell County. We'll see if Hopkinsville takes the penalty or declines it. I will assume they would decline it. Holding is the call against Caldwell County with 11 minutes to go in the third quarter, just underway. Hoptown leads this one 27-6.
I'm not sure whether the official gave they declined it.
And it will bring up 4th down and 9 for Caldwell County. So the punt unit on. Number 42, Nichols, will take his spot. He got away a pretty good kick the last time, just had that backspin on it. Hit like a golf ball on a green and backed up a little bit. Of course, not my golf ball backing up a little bit. Snap is back, bad snap. Nichols gets it, able to get a kick away. Low line drive. This one takes a Caldwell County bounce across the 40, 35, and trickles down to the 30-yard line. Another flag on the field on the near side when that one was over. Bob Nichols did a good job taking a bad snap, finding a place to even kick it because there was a lot of traffic in that backfield. Going to check the field to see what the flag is that came in from the near sideline. Hopkinsville has the offense on the field. Right now they're looking at the 30-yard line. We'll see where this penalty affects it. Long conversation between the side judge.
There was some activity here at the 45-yard line of Caldwell County. Yeah.
Holding against Hopkinsville. So a break for Caldwell County as they come out. Only ran a minute off the clock and had to punt it away. Caldwell County at home again next week as they'll take on Crittenden County. Always a big rivalry. Looking forward to that one. And a little special addition in the booth next week is going to be Coach Chuck Mitchell, who won the Optimist Club radio auction. Chance to be a radio broadcasting star. Coach Chuck made a great donation. We appreciate what he did for the youth of Caldwell County. And he will have a seat in the booth alongside Bob and myself next Friday night as the Tigers host Crittenden County. Looking forward to that one. Got a lot of excitement. Coach Chuck Mitchell coming up to the booth. Ball's going to be spotted back at the 20, 10 yards on the hold. Hopkinsville with the handoff and out to the 25-yard line on first down. 5 yards on the gain will bring up second down for Hopkinsville.
Gain of 5, it'll bring up second and 5.
27-6 is your score. Perfect night for football here. Hopkinsville going left to right on the radio dial here to start the second half. Hopkinsville, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Zach Moss takes the high snap, pulls it down, looks over the middle, wide open and complete. And this one is going to the house. Touchdown, Hopkinsville. We'll get that number on that player. I think that was Deshaun Mercer again, Bob, if I'm seeing it right. Still trying to pick it up across the field. He got behind the Caldwell County defense, and it was just a perfect pass. Lead pushed out now 33-6 as this one starts to get in the route category. Hoptown to go for the conventional extra point. That score still showing 11 minutes on the clock, so I'm not sure what time that score came through. Kick is up, and it is good. Hopkinsville now leads this one 34-6. We'll take a break and be right back. This is Tiger Football on WPKY.
Learn about your heart health with a simple scan. The cardiology clinic at Caldwell Medical Center features a highly trained team of heart health specialists and years of experience in cardiac health and wellness. Our specialists provide a wide range of cardiac-specific services, offering coronary artery calcium testing, stress test, echocardiograms, sleep studies, and more, all right here close to home. To schedule an appointment, visit caldwellmedical.com.
At YourSportsEdge.com, we strive every day to continue to bring you the gold standard in high school sports coverage with more on your teams and your players.
Or did it show up there?
And while they are not gold, those crystal awards we have won for doing what we love to do are pretty cool too.
That's something you see every day.
The Kentucky Broadcasters Best Digital Product Award winner.
Ball game over.
YourSportsEdge.com.
We're back here at Tiger Stadium getting ready for the kickoff. Remind us the third quarter is brought to us by Cozy Living. Stop in and see Pam and Hab Haverlock. He's your local U-Haul dealer. Beautiful furniture, a lot of clothing out there. Stop in and see what they have. Dennis, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, Bob, the kickoff after the score is going to be a touchback. Bounces into the end zone. Caldwell County will come out at the 20-yard line. Oh, I'm not sure if I missed something. The game clock still setting on 11 minutes even after the long play by Hopkinsville. So I'm not sure if they're going to adjust the clock or has anybody even noticed it, but wasn't it 11 minutes when they changed possession?
Yes. I'm not sure whether it's
Hopkinsville now with the big lead, 34-6. Caldwell had it as close as 8-6 in the first quarter. Parker set for the snap, drops back, throws looking for Davis. That one incomplete, well covered by Hopkinsville. Davis had a player on both sides. Parker tried to put it into the only spot Davis could maybe make the reception without the chance of getting that one picked. And clock, I'm not sure if it's not operating. I see Coach Cash coming back up from the stands to check it out. Go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, I was going to say the score came at 9:25, so we're now keeping the time on the field.
All right, thank you, Todd. Score at 9:25. So that's going to be a handoff for Caldwell County to Carnahan. Gains out to the 22. Third down, and again, third down and long coming up for the Tigers. Bob, out of habit, I keep looking over to the clock, but going to be kept on the field now. So I hope out of habit we don't say that there's 11 minutes left. Parker drops way back deep. He's got some pressure, eludes one tackle. Back up at the 20, going to keep it himself across the 30. Runs out of bounds at the 35, but a first down Lake Barkley CrossFit first down for Luke Parker. Heads up play, shakes a tackle. Lake Barkley CrossFit, where you can never be too healthy, too strong, or in too good a health. Check out Lake Barkley CrossFit for classes designed for any fitness level and always free to come and try.
Nice scramble that time by Luke. He just continually went straight back, and it got outside the end, got a good block over here on the side, picked up a lot of yardage.
Kid's got good speed, and he used it that time for the first down. Now he drops back, swings it out, complete to Mobley, about a 2-yard gain, maybe 3 on the play to the near sideline. Good quick hit to Cooper Mobley. Second down and 7 coming up. They give him 3 on the completion. You like those little quick hits because we have so many players playing both ways. That line starts to get a little bit tanked, or has in the second half of the first couple of games. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Parker with Carnahan to his right shoulder. Parker rolls to the right, looks down the field. Still looking, throws, and just tosses this one out of bounds, it looked like. Yeah, it was actually caught by Hopkinsville, but well out of bounds towards the sideline. Third down and 7. And Todd, if you know the time on the field, you're welcome to throw that in anytime you want until they get the clock situation, or if they get it fixed, so feel free on that. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. Third down and 7 coming up for the home Tigers. Caldwell County trying to go through the air now, as there's urgency in this one to get something on the board. Handoff to Carnahan, breaks a hole, shakes a tackle across the midfield, racing down the sideline. He's got great gain on, is going to be tracked down from behind, but inside the 15-yard line. Actually all the way down to the 10, Bob. Great run. Jameis Carnahan hit a hole and turned on the afterburners down the left sideline.
52-yard run on that play.
They always
Jameis.
talk about receivers blocking down the field. Guys, Eli Stevens had a block on that edge, and it seemed like he held it for about 5 seconds.
Big run for Caldwell County.
It was a nice block on this side over here.
First and goal now for the Tigers. Not sure of the time left here in the third quarter. Whistles are going to stop play right now. Looks like timeout on the field. Hoptown leads this one 34-6, but Caldwell threatening at the 10. Back after this.
We live in one of the greatest agricultural communities in Kentucky and in the country. That comes with responsibility, especially during harvest season. Penny Ryle Electric reminds you to watch for heavy farm machinery on the roads. For farmers, staying safe means surveying for overhead power lines and underground utilities when moving large or elevated equipment. And when beginning any excavation project like tiling or fence post digging. Need guidance? Call Penny Ryle Electric.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium. Ball marked right at the 10. Caldwell County cannot pick up a first down. It's first and goal for the Tigers.
Bob, have you noticed the change since last week to this week, first 2 games, maybe not as many empty backfields, not as many spread sets as the first couple of weeks, more blockers in the back looking for maybe shorter yardage plays, and it paid off early for Caldwell County. They're still down 34-6 in this one, but it looked much better early in this ball game, keeping it close against a pretty good Hopkinsville team to change the look offensively.
Hey,
and
guys,
the running, yes, go ahead, Todd.
We've got 7:33 left in the period.
Thank you, Todd. Extra tight end for Caldwell County, only one receiver out to the far right side. Handoff goes to Carnahan, dances in the backfield, and is going to get brought down for a yard or 2 loss. Hopkinsville really hitting that line well here in the second half. There's not been a lot up the middle. Carnahan broke one out on the side for the big gain down to the 10. Ball spotted back at the 11. Second and goal from the 11 now for the Tigers. Caldwell County at home again next week against Crittenden County. Get your tickets early for that one, because always a crowd when Caldwell and Crittenden get together. Parker with Carnahan and Mobley in the backfield. This one goes back to Carnahan up the middle, maybe back to the 10 before he's shoved back. And from our angle here, Bob, you can see that line is really closing up. Not much room at all for Parker to even try to squeeze through.
Yeah, not having Xavier Bumpus out there sort of hurts us in the receiver category, Dennis.
Bumpus and D-Man Thompson out. Thompson out apparently for the rest of the season with a broken lower leg. So it is Mobley stepping in. The big freshman's going to get a lot more playing time. Timeout on the field. I don't think Coach Barnes saw something that he liked, so he takes another timeout. We'll keep it right here and tell you about our timeouts. Brought to you by Travis Construction and Concrete. For all of your construction and concrete needs, as well as driveways, porches, foundations, basement walls, decorative concrete, remodels, and more. Good luck, Tigers, and here's to building a successful year from Travis Construction and Concrete.
I think for our psyche, Dennis, this would be we got to score, need to score, I think, on this.
Absolutely. Got to put some points on the board here. And probably in the neighborhood of 6 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Not a lot of time.
Actually, guys, there's 6:10 left in the third quarter.
6:10. My math is getting crazy good now, Bob. I'm not going to attempt to do this on my phone, though, because there's no way we would be able to keep up with that. They are keeping it up on the field. Apparently some malfunction with the game clock here at Tiger Stadium. There's always something on that first game, isn't it, Bob? There's some bugs to work out all along the way, so we completely understand. Hoptown leads this one 34-6 with 6:10 left to go in that third quarter. Looks like Richardson to the far side, the only receiver. Two backs in the backfield, flanking Parker. He fakes a handoff to Carnahan. Now Parker tries to get outside. Wants the shovel pass, throws it, but I think they're going to call him down in the backfield before he was able to get rid of the ball.
I think there's an incomplete pass.
All right. We saw the side official standing on the 17 where Parker had gone out. So fortunately for Caldwell County, he was able to get rid of it. That's one of the things that Luke does really well, Bob. He's so far in the first three games has not had to eat a lot of footballs.
But I think we were right, Dennis. We might need to go to the air to get this one in the end zone.
They're going to bring in the field goal unit. That is going to be number 65, Sutton Ritchie. Spotted from the 16, 26-yard attempt is up. It's got plenty of distance and no good, off to the right. So the score remains Hopkinsville 34, Caldwell County 6. We'll take 30 seconds and be right back. This is Tiger Football on WPKY.
Hey, sports fans, you wouldn't want your favorite sports team to play only offense or defense. When it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? At Goodwin Insurance, they take care of all your insurance needs. You deserve someone that provides comprehensive coverage and is working alongside you in your community. Contact them today for a quote.
Goodwin Insurance of Princeton, Cadiz, or Marion, or online at insurewithgoodwin.com.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium. Caldwell County just attempting a field goal, missing it. Hopkinsville takes over at the 20-yard line for the call. Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Moss in the backfield. He's going to spread them out a little bit and then hand off to the deep back with some room across the 35-40. Stiff arm at the 45 in the open field. Only one to beat is a touchdown for Hopkinsville. That was number 17 giving chase for Caldwell County, Zayden Grubbs. But in for the touchdown. Bob, did you get the number on that train as it went by? Because 2 or 3 stiff arms, and the kid was the length of the field. Caldwell County has an injured player down back at the 23-yard line. Todd, did you get the number on the young man that just scored for Hopkinsville?
No, I missed that. I was behind the play. I think it's Cole Sherrill that's down for us, though, that they're working on right now. 40-6, Hopkinsville up here, and guys, at least we got to play at home this week. And Dennis, I heard you mention a while ago that we'll be here again next week. Crittenden County coming to town, and you know, you shouldn't look at scores and try to compare things, but I think a lot of people are keeping an eye on that Madisonville-Crittenden County score tonight, looking ahead to the game next week here at Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, sometimes you can judge, and then sometimes there's so much difference in Friday nights that it's just crazy at this level. But that will be an interesting game for sure tonight, and looking forward to Caldwell and Crittenden, as always, next week. Special treat for everybody is going to be Coach Chuck Mitchell in the booth. Looking forward to Coach Chuck, always full of excitement. We have a lot of fun with Chuck. We've got to know him pretty well over the years from our broadcast in the basketball. And looking forward to that next week. He made a very generous donation to the Princeton Optimist Club radio auction. We appreciate what he did to get the chance to do that up here. So looking forward to Coach Chuck Mitchell next week in the booth here at Tiger Stadium. Players getting, in essence, a free timeout on the field while we got Cheryl off the field. Now everybody back to play. We'll see Hopkinsville line up with that offset extra point attempt.
2 points here, guys, makes it a 36-point game and gets them to the running clock.
23 was Devin Coleman. I think that was the young man that scored for Hopkinsville. Moss has Coleman at his right shoulder. Moss looks to the end zone, throws it up to Mercer. Mercer goes up, gets it, just like a rebound on that one. Blocked out, got the ball. And it will be a running clock situation from here on, as it's 42-6 now, Hopkinsville over Caldwell County. We'll take 30 seconds to be back for the Tigers' next possession after this.
As with many aspects of our lives, how we bank is changing. First Southern National Bank provides flexible digital banking solutions so you can easily manage your financial life from your mobile device or computer. It's easy to pay bills, transfer money, deposit checks, use statements, budget and track spending, access real-time activity, and so much more. We also offer person-to-person payments and support a wide variety of digital wallets. Find out more by visiting fsmb.net. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And back to Tiger Stadium. Hopkinsville up 42-6, and as Dennis has mentioned, and Todd, as soon as this ball is kicked, it's a running clock.
And that clock is at 6:03 right now, guys.
6:03. Hopkinsville really didn't run much time off the clock with that last possession. Kid just ripped off a long run and put it in the end zone. Caldwell County has Richardson and Carnahan back, in both inside the 10. Kick is away, goes towards Richardson. We'll see if he lets it bounce and goes out of bounds. So Caldwell County will get good field position to start this one at the 35-yard line.
Guys, I think Hopkinsville is clearly the best team we've seen the last 3 weeks, and pretty good effort tonight coming out for the Tigers. Like I said earlier, I think now you're just trying to work and get better, and you're looking ahead to Crittenden County next week. You've got Union County coming up. You got the district games after that, so you just got to keep working to get better.
Yeah, our third straight week, Todd, you make a good point on that. You're playing schools much bigger in class and in the depth on the sideline, so Caldwell County will have a little better comparison, if you will, next week when they'll take on Crittenden County. So I think we'll get to see more of what Caldwell County is really made of as we get closer and closer to that first district game coming up later on this season. Caldwell County will take over at the 35-yard line. Starter still in the game for Caldwell County, battling here. Should be around 6 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Running clock from here on out as Hopkinsville converted on that 2-point attempt. Whistle stops this one. And there is going to be a timeout on the field. I think maybe 12 men on the field for Hopkinsville. So they'll clean that one up. Bob, we'll keep it right here. I'll tell you what, let's send it down for a Go Green Field report. Todd, tell us about your new digs for Saturday morning quarterback, if you will.
Yeah, we will be over at the Biscuit Barn and Ice Cream Eatery on West Main Street, just across the road from the WPKY studios. Head coach Will Barnes will be with us and members of the Tiger coaching staff. So everybody come out and join us. And If you can't come out and be with us, turn on the radio and listen to us on 1580 AM, 103.3 FM at WPKYonline.com. And also download the free WPKY app and put that on your phone. That's the easiest way to go. Dennis, I've been able to listen to the radio station do the news while driving through Nashville. You just pull it up on your app and Bluetooth it, and you can listen to it like you're right there. So you can go anywhere and listen to WPKY. And
we're loving it. We had one night, I think it was Anthony Stallings years ago, Bob, that talked to us from the old Candlestick, or the new Candlestick Park out in San Francisco. And that was pretty neat, sending us a text all the way from that game out there. Richardson on the carry for Caldwell County.
Yeah, that was actually a little pitch, so he'll get credit for a catch.
About 7, 2nd and 3 for the Tigers.
2nd down and 3 for Caldwell County. Richardson and Mobley will come into the backfield. Now they're going to empty the backfield. A rarity. We talked about this a little bit earlier, Bob. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. You've got an empty backfield with Parker. He's going to bring Chambliss back into the backfield with him. Gives the ball to Chambliss, trying to get to the outside. Around the 40, brought down at the 45-yard line. And a flag on the tackle. I don't think they'll call that a horse collar, but they could. That's the only thing you can imagine, Bob. Is
certainly no face mask.
Yeah, I think he grabbed him by the back of the jersey and drug him down, so I think this will be a horse collar.
Pickup of 3 yards on the play.
Caldwell County with a little cramp issue on the far side of the field as well, so they'll stop things right now to work that out.
And that's a personal foul, so 15 yards on that one.
You're going to get the Lake Barkley CrossFit first down out of that one. I didn't really see up around the neck area, but he did have the back of the jersey, which we've seen that a lot this year. I didn't think really qualified as the horse collar. But we'll take it right now, Bob, with the score 42-6. We need anything good that can happen our way.
Exactly.
You're listening to Tiger Football on WPKY Princeton. Coming off on the side, looks like number 66, Connor King, had some cramp issues, so he's hobbling over to the Tiger bench. The penalty will bring the ball down to the 40-yard line of Hopkinsville. Caldwell County looking to just treat this one as a game. You're not going to win this one, but you can get better still. You can learn to execute, play when you're tired. Just a number of things Caldwell County can work on right here.
I think pride is what we're seeing right now, Dennis.
Eli Stevens, the near side receiver for Caldwell County. Parker takes a snap, hands it off to Carnahan. Carnahan hits the line and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage at best. Carnahan has got to be one tired kid after each football game because he plays seemingly almost every down, offense and defense.
Tough kid.
42-6 is your score. Caldwell County answered the first score by Hopkinsville, had this as close to 8-6 in that first quarter, and looked like Caldwell County was going to have some success tonight. But Hopkinsville has since shut the door and blown this one out to that running clock lead at 42-6. It's going to be Parker in the backfield with Carnahan to his left. 2 receivers far side, Stevens to the near side. Hand off again to Carnahan. Hits a hole, picks up a couple before he's stuffed back. The holes just close so quickly against some of these bigger schools with that speed, Bob. It's just amazing the difference that the speed makes.
And quickness, too. Trying to see what the flag is. It's thrown out on the far side.
Flag on the field from the far side. Side judge. Still no signal as of yet. Todd, you got an update on the time by chance?
No, but I will see what I can find out.
Looks like they're going to walk this one off against Caldwell County as the way the official is sitting, and this one is going against the Tigers.
All right, apparently, guys, the quarter is over. So there's your update.
All right, they're going to spot the ball after the penalty at the 49-yard line.
Hold on, though. We want to double-check that first.
If it is into the quarter, they're not going to have far to walk because the ball is spotted at the 49-yard line of Hopkinsville.
This is it one untimed down, or are we going to – we don't have a clock, so can you have an untimed down?
I don't know. Let's play two. I don't know.
One untimed down. Yes, it's one untimed down.
All right. This play will take us to the fourth quarter. Caldwell County facing
second and
20. Our game clock here at Tiger Stadium went down with 11 minutes left to play in the third quarter. So they are keeping the time on the field. A little bit confusing, but we'll get through this one, and they'll get that worked out before next week's game against the Rockets of Crittenden County.
I remember going down to Heath one night with a really good Caldwell County football team, and they claimed the visiting score wouldn't work that night. So every time we scored, we were still just 3 all night.
And you know that had a lot of people turning around hollering up at the press box to get them to change it.
And what did X equal in that equation, Todd?
What's that?
What did X equal in that equation?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think we won like 34-6 or 34-0, something like that. That was either 97 or 98, whichever team went down there. I think that was the night that they ran a fake punt and threw it to one side, and we scored. It got called back, so on the very next play, we ran a fake punt the other way, and it scored too.
A productive play.
I can't remember if it was Gerald Fuqua or if it was Justin Grooms, but one of them ran for a touchdown on back-to-back plays. One of them was called back, and the other one counted.
Still some explanation going on with Coach Barnes and the official on the near sideline.
Well, I think we're trying to decide if it's the end of the quarter or not. I'm not sure if we're going to run that untimed down or not.
I say we call it into the quarter if they're taking votes.
Well, I say let's say there's 2 seconds left in the third quarter.
Cardinals are up on the Cubs 2-0 though, Bob. So there's an update.
Albert's not homered yet tonight, has he?
Oh, I haven't seen. I think he's still 6 away?
I believe so, yes.
Now, Todd, we're going to treat this like political ads. If you're going to talk about the Cardinals, you got to get a Dodgers update.
Well, you guys
unless they're playing late.
You guys are up like 15 or 16 games, though, right?
18.
Oh, see, I knew it was something like that. I haven't looked the last couple of days.
Playoffs starting in about a month in Major League Baseball, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, and they'll take forever this year because half the league makes it.
Right. You've got to be terrible not to make it this year. Snap is back. They are going to run one play. And in and out of the hands of Eli Stevens. The incompletion is going to be down. A flag on the field after the play. Personal foul on somebody after this one.
I think this one might end up going both ways, guys. Both players were tugging and pulling, so this may be an offsetting penalty.
That play took us to the end of the quarter, so we'll see if the teams are going to go to the sidelines for the end of the third quarter. Yeah, a little shoving and pushing after the play. Coach Barnes, I'm sure, likes the passion but doesn't need these flags to add on to what's going on in the scoreboard.
Yeah, again, at this point, you're working toward next week. I think, this game's gone at this point. You're down 42-6, but you can still do some good things this week to get ready for next week and to go into the off week of preparation or the next week of preparation on a good note.
And it is, Bob, you're right, offsetting penalties on the personal foul. So that should be the end of the third quarter. Ball is spotted is it still at the 49, right, Bob?
Yes.
This has been a very confusing end to the third quarter. Hopkinsville with a comfortable lead, 42-6. Running clock situation. Caldwell County will take the short walk to the other side of the field. We'll take a 30-second break and be back for fourth quarter action after this.
Hey, sports fans, you wouldn't want your favorite sports team to play only offense or defense. When it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? At Goodwin Insurance, they take care of all your insurance needs. You deserve someone that provides comprehensive coverage and is working alongside you in your community. Contact them today for a quote.
Goodwin Insurance of Princeton, Cadiz, or Marion, or online at insurewithgoodwin.com.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Hopkinsville with the ball, in possession of the football, and for the call, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. It's going to be Nichols in the punt. No way Caldwell County is going to go for it.
No, it's
with this big a fourth down.
Okay, so we are punting. I didn't know whether we had.
Wait a minute, guys. It's third down. So the punt team is going to come off the field, offense back on, and we'll run a third down play here.
It'll be 3rd and 20.
That does bring up one of my favorite plays, though, the quick kick that Gary Goodacre just mentioned on the sideline. Surprised we don't see that more often. Not in a 42-6 game, but, strategically somewhere along the way.
Yeah. A time and a place, right?
Exactly.
Parker back out on the field. This last 4 minutes, Bob, is like a Twilight Zone episode on this football game. But maybe we'll get it straightened out. Caldwell County has the offense back out on the field. 3rd down and 20 coming up for the Tigers. Handoff in the backfield to Davis. Davis gets hit. Forward progress ought to pick him up a yard, but that's about it. Ball's going to be spotted at midfield, and Caldwell County will bring that punt unit back on.
Be 4th and 19 now for the Tigers.
If there's been a positive for Caldwell County outside of maybe that first quarter, Bob, I like the kicking of Nichols tonight. He's done a good job. He had to get open a little bit earlier and get off a kick after a bad snap. Was able to do that. He's had some good distance on his kicks, so I kind of like what he's been able to do back there after having to set out last week with that dislocated finger.
He's handled himself well back there tonight.
Low snap. Gets another kick away. Nice spiral kick. Bounces inside the 20 and down at the 16-yard line.
How he got that one off, Dennis, I'll never know.
Especially a pretty kick like that one. So a good job by Nichols tonight in this one. 4th quarter action. Caldwell County down 42-6. Crowd is thinned out considerably on the home sideline.
Ball marked at the 16.
They put it at the 16-yard line. We'll see if Hoptown will bring the starters out.
You kind of hope at this point they'll just go run heavy and let the clock run and let everybody get out of here before anybody gets anybody hurt, and everybody get ready for next week.
Hopkinsville with a very tough game next week as they go to Bowling Green. They've kind of played the Murderers Row schedule here the first 3 out of 4 games. So it is Moss still in at quarterback for Hopkinsville. He'll take the snap around his 10-yard line. Handoff around the right side, up across the 30, still on his feet, cuts it back to midfield, and a tackle at the 42-yard line by Caldwell County. Big run by Hopkinsville.
I think Moss that time was waiting for the back judge to raise his arm. Again, his arm goes up at 10 seconds on the play clock, and then he counts down the last 5. So maybe Hopkinsville is trying to run this clock just a little bit and get us out of here.
He'll spot that ball, thank you, Todd, at the 44-yard line. Moss in the backfield does look like a new player. I don't think we've called number 7 tonight. That is Aiden King, sophomore wide receiver and defensive back. And Hopkinsville is letting this clock run as much as possible, looking to the sideline for the play. Caldwell County is going to bring in number 35 into the ball game, and that is Max Heaton. Handoff to number 7 goes to the far sideline, flag down on the near sideline. Number 7 for Hopkinsville is King, but a flag down on the near sideline. King was taken out of bounds just shy of midfield. We'll get the call on this one. Players are backing up, you assume, holding against Hopkinsville.
Procedure probably, because it was a 5-yard penalty.
So the ball spotted back at the 39-yard line. King is going to come into the slot. Moss said it was a UK signee. Is that what you said earlier, Bob?
Yes,
UK
baseball.
baseball signee. Hopkinsville letting the time run down. Of course, all the time being kept on the field since early in the third quarter. Play clock and game clock. It is a running clock situation. Handoff. Still on his feet. First down for Hopkinsville and then some. Down inside the 30, 20. Breaks everybody, getting down. Another touchdown. And a flag back at the 40-yard line. It was King on the run for Hopkinsville, but a flag all the way back, and it's going to be a legal procedure. They'll take this one back against the Hoptown Tigers. Rob, a lot of new players in for Caldwell County, and you could tell it was a lot of new players just by the tackling on that play because he weaved in and out of everybody on the field seemingly for Caldwell County. But that one's going to come back.
I'm going to mark it now, probably about the
34-yard line. So the score remains 42-6.
1st and 20.
And any updates on time, Todd? Like I said, you just toss them in, so we'll have a relative idea of how much time is left in the game.
All right, I'll check and see what I can find out.
Okay, 8:37. Rough time up here in the box is what we're trying to keep. Thank you, John, for that. Handoff, stiff arm, but a good tackle on the far sideline. And another flag comes in. Things getting a little chippy in this blowout. That's as high as I've ever seen a flag thrown, Bob. It looked like it cleared the far sideline bleachers. Thought maybe a drone was flying outside. But it was thrown on the far side around the 45-yard line. It's going to be against Caldwell County. They'll mark off a personal foul.
Flag on the play. That's sportsmanlike conduct against Caldwell County.
That'll move the ball inside Tiger territory down to the 49-yard line. And Hoptown looks to the side. In the backfield now, number 23, Devin Coleman. Two receivers to the left, one to the right for Zach Moss. Moss pulls down a high snap, hands off to Coleman. Coleman on the right side, hit, but brought down after a big gain inside the 30-yard line. I think a combination of fatigue and new players, Bob, and Hopkinsville really ripping off some long runs here in the fourth quarter. Is there a flag on the field again? And it is this one against Hoptown again. This flag thrown near the 45-yard line.
It's laundry time, as we say at the ballpark.
Flag day or something going on here. So Hoptown will go back on their end of the field. John's got the running clock for us near the 6.5 minutes.
Hey, guys, they said we just went under 4 minutes down here. So.
Under 4, we'll take it.
Looks like it's about 2nd and 9 for the Tigers.
Yeah, we'll put that one at the 40, we call it about 44?
44,
yeah, let's go
45.
44. Moss, two receivers to the left, one to the right. You just think it's going to be running plays, though, only with this kind of lead. Moss gets set to take the snap. Does. Handoff. Hoptown hits the right side of the line for another big gain. Pending no flags on this one, it's going to be enough for a first down inside the 45-yard line. And a rarity, no flags on the play.
We're down to about 3 minutes to go.
So that will move the chains.
At the 43-yard line.
And you assume if they don't score and can get down far enough just to take a knee that Hopkinsville will do that.
You know, pretty good crowd tonight, though, when you look back. Both teams 0-2 coming in, but I think Caldwell County folks were ready to get back out here to Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but back good to be home after starting out on the road for 2 games. At home again next week, back-to-back home games. Crittenden County Rockets here at Tiger Stadium next week. We'll talk about that in the post-game show. Moss Takes a snap, fumbles a snap, picks it up, gets hit from behind. We'll try to pick up that Tiger.
Moss is taken down in the backfield on the stop, number 35.
Number 35 is Max Heaton. Brings Moss down for a loss. Back to the 44-yard line.
2 minutes to go.
Ball spotted at the 44.
Coming off the field for Caldwell County is number 51, Preston Rogers.
A lot of subs have gotten in tonight, Dennis, so that's a positive.
Hopkinsville with second down and a long 12. Handoff to number 41. They like that right side. Hit and brought down inside the 35-yard line. Number 41 on our roster is Samuel Canoe, 5'9" junior. In for Caldwell County is going to be number 72 and 77. Those players are Drayden Sherrill and Keenan Alexander. A couple of freshmen in for the Tigers. Just around a minute or maybe less by now in this one. Hoptown leads it 42-6.
I thought I heard them say victory formation, guys, so maybe we're about to get this one.
It looks like they're bringing the backs in for the triangle and getting us close to the Trilogy Performance Sports post-game show. Todd will have Coach Barnes after this one from the field. Hoptown snaps it back and takes the knee. Your final here is going to be Hopkinsville 42, Caldwell County 6. Hoptown goes to 1-2 on the season. Caldwell County drops to 0-3, and they'll look to get that first win next week against the Crittenden County Rockets. We'll await the interview with Coach Barnes here as the game ends, and then after that we'll go straight to the Trilogy Performance Sports post-game report. We'll have all the stats of the ball game with Todd down on the field, and we'll hand out some awards up here in the booth and look ahead to next week. Todd making that long walk across the field to catch up with Coach Barnes after the handshakes. I'm glad we don't chart flags, Bob, because that could have been the leading statistic tonight, especially in that fourth quarter.
But think of all the time we got off the clock, guys, on those flags because the clock keeps running. So
right.
I think there were a couple of times we got about 3 minutes off the clock on just, a penalty call.
There were a lot of them, a lot of indecision between the third and fourth quarters, but this one is in the books, and we'll go down on the field now with Todd and Coach Barnes.
All right, thanks, Dennis. We're down here on the field. 42-6, Hoptown wins it tonight, but Coach Barnes thought a better performance for your guys, especially early in the contest, and Hopkinsville, of the three teams we've seen so far, I think clearly the best.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I think we got gassed and got worn down, and there in the second half, and obviously got away from us, but like I said in the first half, I feel like if we play that type of game earlier, it's obviously easy to say that. We've probably fared a little bit better. But if we'll build off that effort, especially in the first half, and get some guys healthy, I think we can be a good football team. And we saw bits and pieces of that tonight, and I'm proud of the effort.
Well, you've started the season off with some bigger schools, and, it's been a challenge, and sometimes that can help you and sometimes it can hurt you in some ways. But how have the first three games kind of gone for you guys as far as you try to get ready for Crittenden County next week? You've got Union County coming up and then the district games after that.
Yeah, we got to get healthy and get some guys back and, we try to develop some depth and get some more guys, some reps. But I think we saw some positive things tonight. And like I said, if we'll build on that, we'll continue to get better. When we get into this district play and get to the end of the year, we'll look like a completely different team. I'm a lot happier tonight with where we're at than I was last week. Last week I was really discouraged, disappointed, and feel a lot different this week. If you look at their team, they've got a good football team that's going to be, in 4A is going to be a pretty good team, I feel like. So, we'll get better and keep growing.
Well, Caldwell County teams have been 0-3 before, but have still put together strong seasons. So there's a lot of football to be played in this 2022 season.
Sure, and that's the thing. Are we going to let 0-3 define us? If we do, it's going to be a long year. But I think we saw a little bit tonight. We've got some fight in us, and if we'll use these as teaching moments, I think at the end of the year we'll say, hey, we started off 0-3, but it made us better, and at the end of the year, hopefully we're playing our best ball.
All right, thanks, Will. We'll talk about it some more in the morning.
Yeah, thanks, Todd.
That's Tiger football head coach Will Barnes. Caldwell County falling tonight to Hopkinsville here at Tiger Stadium in the home opener for the season, 42-6, the final score. Hopkinsville now leads the all-time series 22-11-1. And guys, we thought this was going to be the end of the Tigers and the Tigers, but apparently we'll get to see Hopkinsville again next season. Well, depending on how the schedule works out, if the Hoptown's still there, we may get to go over to the Stadium of Champions again and see them. But Caldwell County just got to regroup, get ready for Crittenden County next week. 7 more regular season games to go, and you just got to take them one at a time.
Absolutely, Todd, and you want to make progress with each game and work towards that district to try to get a good seeding because you play the cross district this year. It's going to be a lot different setup, so still a lot for Caldwell County to look forward to. I like the quote by Coach Barnes in that interview, are we going to let 0-3 define us? So that's a big question, Bob, as he's going to face these kids in the locker room, probably pose that question to them. You got a lot of young kids. You mentioned the number of freshmen and sophomores this year. That's going to be something they'll have to respond to, and it won't take long to see. Probably in another week against Crittenden County, we're going to get an answer to that question.
Well, I think I've got that answer already, Dennis, and the answer is no, we're not going to let that define us simply because we're Caldwell County.
Absolutely, and that coaching staff is not going to let them answer anything but that to that question more than likely. The final here tonight, Hopkinsville 42, Caldwell County 6. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get underway with the Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show next on WPKY.
Your local McDonald's wants you to know that they are ready to serve you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine-in or the drive-thru is always open, and they offer curbside pickup service. To avoid the wait in the drive-thru, you can download the McDonald's app and try curbside pickup. Stop in soon and enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at your local McDonald's. Proud to be a part of this community. McDonald's of Princeton, proud supporters of the Caldwell County Tigers.
You'll find over 30 years experience to work for you at U-Ride in Princeton. They are hometown proud and ready to serve your vehicle needs from start to finish, and they do it all safely. You'll find variety and quality vehicles along with on-the-lot financing. And of course, you can always apply online at uridesales.com. Stop by or call for an appointment today with one of their friendly sales staff at U-Ride on the Marion Road in Princeton, 270-365-3018. Hometown proud. Go Tigers!
Do you want to get into the best shape of your life? Okay, let's be honest. Do you just want to get into some kind of shape? Then now's the time to get to Trilogy Performance Sports and take advantage of their $100 monthly family plan. This offer allows every member of the family living in the house to use the facilities at Trilogy as well as join the classes. What a deal! Don't wait. Get in shape. This offer is only for the month of September, so start exercising now and run to Trilogy Performance Sports to sign up. For more information, go to trilogyperformancesports.com.
Chick-fil-A of Hopkinsville wants to salute the outstanding achievements of our area student-athletes. Each week, a student-athlete will be chosen based on academics, athletics, and achievements. Watch for the Chick-fil-A